Hello and a very good morning. Welcome to Shop on TV. I'm Hayley Green.
I'm Shaun Crawley.
Together with Shayley, but we're not together alone tonight. We're very super excited.
We've got a special guest. A special guest in our kitchen, our new kitchen, and our new guest joins us. Not new to TV.
How are you, my lovely? So good to have you here. Joe's back in the kitchen, and my goodness, Joe, we've known you for years, and it's so great to have you here. What have you brought us today?
We've got a whole few hours to explore Tower. Now, Tower have been around over 100 years. We've got an incredible air fryer. It's the style of air fryer that everyone's trying to get their hands on at the moment. And then we've also got an incredible set of pans for you as well.
Super excited, and Joe is honestly, he is the king of chefs on Shopping TV. And he's all ours.
He is.
So excited.
Now, absolutely brilliant deals we've got for you. Market beating. We shopped around and looked at the other places you can buy this air fryer that Joe just mentioned, and this has such a fabulous price. It's $149.99 at Tower. At Dunelm it's $150. At Curry's it's $149. With us, $129.99.
And it is amazing. The dual air fryer is what everybody's wanting, but actually you can cook in sort of 4 different ways in a way.
But this is stacking as well.
Yeah, so you're not taking up so much space on your work surface top, but it'll still go under your counter as well. But honestly, it's designed to perfection.
It really is, and it's about using that vortex air circulation. As Hayley just said, 4 layers of cooking, using and saving up to 35% on your worktop space, but it still fits under the counter.
And it's a great capacity, whether you want to fill it with chips or whether you want to, as you're seeing here, layer 2 different items in both baskets. You can honestly do a whole dinner for a family of 8 so easily. Really easy to control as well. You've got your preset functions, and also you've got your manual mode.
Yeah, 6 preset functions, so it'll literally talk you through. It sets the time, it sets the temperature, or if you want to change it manually, you can do exactly that. Think about the food you're going to cook here. Cooking 30% faster and using so much less oil. Whether you're air frying, whether you're grilling, whether you're roasting, or whether you're baking, it does it all, doesn't it?
It honestly does, and honestly, it'll be the best chicken you've ever cooked. Do that whole chicken straight away. They'll be the best roast potatoes, but the healthiest roast potatoes, because you will use the tiniest amount of oil. Air frying for so many people has just become the way of cooking. You don't use that big oven anymore. Honestly, you've got an opportunity to get an amazing deal, but an air fryer that I think is going to change your kitchen.
And the way you cook. 440910 is your item number. 4531 on your first of 3 interest-free PayPal payments if you pay online. But it's not all we've got.
No.
We've also got a fantastic set of pans. This is for a 5-piece set of pans. At $84.99, it's a brilliant price, because if you buy it at Tower, $119.99. At Dunelm, £119. At Amazon, just shy of £110.
And they do some great deals at Amazon, but $84.99 with us, and you've got PayPal Pay in 3. Remember, this is the Smart Start Ultra Forged 5-piece cookware set.
And again, feature packed. That's why you've got such a great deal. Fantastic non-stick on here.
Great sizes as well. Saucepans, frying pans. You've got an amazing milk pan as well. You've got 2 beautiful tempered glass lids, but you've got very clever technology that actually makes sure you know when to put the food in, that it's at the right temperature for you to sear your food to cook properly. But also that amazing non-stick, 15 times
stronger than your regular non-stick. And 6 layers. Great for any hob, gas, electric, ceramic, halogen, even induction hobs for you. So your item number on those, 846566. Easiest way is the website, shopontv.co.uk, or you can order on the phone, 03333 241 241.
We need smelly telly today, because honestly, it smells absolutely amazing in here. Don't go anywhere. We're going to join ITV. We've got so many great things to show you tonight, so stay watching. We'll see you in just a couple of moments.
Let's get cooking.
Hello and a very good morning to ITV1 STV already with us. I'm Hayley Green.
I'm Sean Crawley.
Together with Shayley, and together we are super excited. We have got a TV chef that I know you are going to recognise with us in the kitchen.
And fantastic products at fantastic prices. So let's meet the man himself. The lovely Joe joins us in the kitchen.
Hello again. More hugs. It's a hugging night tonight.
Feel alone.
So excited to have you here.
So glad to be here.
So excited that you've come back to us with Tower and some amazing products.
Absolutely. You know, Tower have been around over 100 years. They bring us incredible quality from pans to electronic items. Great guarantees as well in the show. 3 years on the air fryer, 10 years on the pan set we are bringing to you. And what I love is they're constantly innovating. And this style of air fryer is a style everyone wants at the moment, because we're talking about up to 35% less space on your counters.
Yeah.
And you're going to use this, you're going to leave it out all the time. We then not only have the two different drawers above and below each other, which I'll show you at the moment, but what we then have as well is you then have the extra attachments which go inside, which mean you can even double stack up these baskets too. So you can do 4 different layers of food in here all at the same time.
It's huge capacity, but it doesn't take up a huge space. 11 litres.
And whether you're cooking just for 1 or 2, you'll use this. But when you've got a family round, you will honestly be able to do the whole meal for everybody in that one air fryer. Price-wise on everything tonight is incredible. So starting off with our Vortex dual stacking air fryer, 11 litres. You can see there, you can go to Tower themselves, $149.99. Dunelm, they do some great prices, $150. And Curry's, $149. But ours, market beating.
$129.99 is our price. You can use PayPal Pay in 3, $45.31 on your first of 3 interest-free payments. If you want the latest innovation when it comes to air fryers, that's exactly what we've got. A stacking system where it's like having 2 separate air fryers that you can use on separate functions, or you can join it all together.
It will be one of the best things you ever buy if you've never used an air fryer before. But actually, if you've already got an air fryer, this is the one you want to upgrade to. This is going to allow you to do so much more. Preset functions, the fact you can use, of course, that rack, and you can cook 4 different things all at once. This is technology at its best. It's going to save you time. It'll be the best tasting food I think you've ever tasted if you haven't air fried before, and a healthier way of cooking as well. We're going to be super busy on this. It's only going to be whilst the stock is there.
It certainly is. 440910 is your item number. Take advantage of PayPal Pay in 3. But we've also got a fantastic 5-piece cookware set from Tower. 5 pieces means 3 saucepans and 2 frying pans. The price is spectacular, because if you buy these pans elsewhere at Tower, $119.99, at Dunelm, $119, at Amazon, just shy of $110. With us, $84.99. That's £30.31 on your first of 3 payments. 846566 is your item number. Very important that you shop for the Smart Start Ultra forged 5-piece cookware set. This is spectacular non-stick, isn't it?
So, incredible non-stick, 6 layers, 15 times stronger than your regular non-stick. Will go into the oven as well, up to 220 degrees. However, you've got this Smart Start technology, which I should tell you when the pan is the right temperature to put your food in, at 200 degrees. There's your incredible non-stick. We'll go into more detail about that. You know these are going to last. They actually come with a 10-year warranty as long as you register online.
The non-stick is spectacular. You can put them in the dishwasher if you want to. You've got oven-safe pans up to 220 degrees, and you can use them on top of every...
And they're $84.99. Our first pan set, I'm sure, was about £300 odd. Honestly, that is incredible. Do message in just to say hello to Joe, say welcome back, Joe, and please do email in too if you've got any questions. But check out everything live on our show, because we've got some great products.
And speaking of checking out, check out your baskets early on this show, because we're not sure how long the stock is gonna last us. Joe, let's get cooking.
Yeah, absolutely, let's indeed. And cooking in here is an absolute breeze. You know, air frying is so popular for so many different different reasons. Now, this is a huge capacity that you've got on this particular machine. So you are looking at 11 litres, so that's 5.5 litres in each basket. Now, this is kind of the largest when it comes to a dual drawer air fryer that you're going to see. And remember, taking up to 35% less space because of the way
so
that it is stacked above each other, which is fantastic. Now, we've also done some roasties in here.
Some low-fat roasted.
Absolutely.
Low-fat roasted.
And the other great thing about this is that we're cooking up to 30% faster. We're using up to 70% less energy. So it means that, yes, it is a really effective way of cooking. It's an energy efficient way of cooking, but the results that you're getting are absolutely spectacular with minimal effort. So what I love about this machine as well, particularly, let me just quickly show you. You've got a really lovely soft touch control panel. It's a little difficult to see under the studio lights, but you can see it. You have the sync cook function as well, which I still struggle to say. Sync cook function. It means that if you want to use both baskets that have the same time, same temperature, you can. Temperature range all the way up to 200 degrees Celsius as well. But this one also has individual elements for individual types of food. So yes, you can program it yourself using the DIY button that you've got here. But if you were baking, you're doing veg or steak, wings or fries, you literally just hit one of those buttons.
Right.
So let's say we're going to do, in our top drawer, we're going to do fries. I hit one and I hit fries. Let's say I want to do steak though, in the bottom, I hit steak. Now the thing is, they are going to cook for different times.
Yeah.
Yes.
Am I going to have to faff around and come back? Remember, you don't, because what you do is you hit this button just here, the Smart Finish button, and then start. And what that will do is it will hold one of the drawers for you.
I
so
love
it means
that.
It's a complete meal machine. You do have to give things a bit of a shake or a shuffle when you cook in an air fryer.
Do we have to shake and shuffle?
You don't have to shake it. You can if you want.
We like
you can if you want.
You know us.
There's two people I know that like a shake and a shuffle. It's these two. What I would say as well, with this, it beeps at you when it's time to shake the food. So it will
brilliant.
beep
So it
at
tells
you
you.
and shake. It won't stop cooking. So if you're out of the kitchen at that time, it doesn't matter. If you love cooking, you want to cook better food more quickly, you're going to love this. If you are atrocious, if you're someone that burns water, you're going to be able to do this as well. So let me
Now, it's not going to dry food out.
No,
Oh, the taste is just amazing.
That vortex.
Come and have a little look at the skin.
Oh,
So
look at that. It's like it seals it on the outside, but it's so juicy and succulent on the
beautiful,
inside.
crispy skin. Look at how this meat falls apart. You know, you're going to get used to having melt in the mouth, fall off. I can barely talk.
It smells so.
salivating?
I really
so
am.
amazing.
Now, this was a large chicken. Now, the
Brilliant.
packaging on this large chicken says 1 hour and 40 minutes, but you would also have to preheat the oven for 20 minutes. So you'd be 2 hours. This is 1 hour and 20 minutes in this air fryer. So
And if you wanted to, could you do
Amazing.
2 chickens at the same time?
absolutely, yeah, you could. It's completely up to you. You could do 2 chickens, or you could do 1 chicken. You could do roasties, and you could do veg in here. But look at how
Look
this is
at that.
tender. It is succulent.
And I think
it's
the first thing you should
beautifully
cook is a chicken, because it tastes like that rotisserie chicken. It's chicken.
It's so
you don't get that
expensive.
taste in a regular
Actually,
oven.
You can see how much moisture is within there. It's dripping, that chicken.
Oh, it is. It's
Let me turn that around
it
for you so you can
smells
see.
incredible.
And it's the same result with beef, pork, lamb, chicken.
And I went
anything
off
you wanna
meat
cook.
because I think the big oven dries meat out.
Yeah.
So I stopped eating meat until I got an air fryer. And air fryers just give you
Oh,
such great results. The same there with your potatoes. You know, they're really crispy on the outside, but super fluffy on the inside.
Absolutely.
A bit of sea salt there, a bit of
Salt
seasoning.
on there.
And
So that's
imagine doing your whole Sunday roast in there.
1 hour and 20 minutes for
That's it.
Sunday roast.
You can
It'd be
have
a Monday
Sunday dinner.
roast.
That's it. You can have
Tuesday roast.
Sunday dinner
You can have
any
any
day
you
in
want.
the week.
The reason we get such great results is because of the vortex technology that we've
Yeah.
got inside, and that's something that has been innovated and patented by Tower. And the reason it crisps so well, when you're cooking food, without trying to get too scientific, crispiness is determined by the speed at which you remove moisture.
Right.
So that's why when we fry or deep fry, you get lovely, crispy, crunchy results. But deep fried chips are between 25 and 30% fat, so they're not good for us. We're talking about using up to 99% less oil and fat when we cook in here. It just ticks every box. It does it faster, it does it more energy efficient, it does it using less oil and fat. It's easier to use than cooking in a conventional way.
It's like a low-fat potato. It's a low-fat chips, which are amazing.
I don't need a fork.
Oh, thank you.
For you as well.
Everything
have
looks
a taste of that.
Fantastic.
But
the potatoes are just how I love them.
Love those.
And when you're trying to cook a Sunday dinner, sometimes it can be such a chore, can't it? Honestly, this is so easy to get really good results.
It is indeed, and all you're going to do for something like potatoes, no need to parboil them. You're going to throw them in. I've gone sort of all out bougie and put a little bit of goose fat on these, but you could use any kind of oil that you want. I recommend rapeseed oil. It's a really good all-round oil. So whether you're using it for salad dressings or cooking or frying or air frying with, it's going to work absolutely perfectly. Really easy to clean. Now this one here, that's had my chicken in there. I'm not going to wash this out. Now at home, I'll show you what I do at home. I get a pick cloth and I give it a bit of a wipe round, and then every few uses, I will then give it a proper wash up with a little bit of soapy water.
We do exactly that.
Absolutely.
Some things you just think, oh, I'll just give it a wipe, and then after you've done something, you think, oh, I'll just give it a good wash now. Just hot soapy water, just let it drip dry on the draining board.
If you want to line it, you can, a little bit of foil parchment in the base of the drawer. It's absolutely fine to use, but it's so much simpler to care for and to look after than something like a regular oven. Now, what I want to quickly show you is, so you get the 2 baskets. So that's 5.5 litres, 5.5 litres. So we're talking about, chips, roast potatoes, roasted vegetables, 4 to 6 portions with a tablespoon of oil, which is great. Then what we have, though, is the ability to then drop this in. Now, what this will do is it will split and divide your individual drawer. So that could mean a dual layer, because a lot of the time with air frying, if food is piled on top of each other, it's not going to evenly crisp and brown. So these are genius for that.
Makes it twice as big in my eyes, really.
Absolutely.
Because it's going to allow you to do so much more, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely, it does. So we're going to do something in here now. So we're going to do some sweet potato fries. I love a sweet potato fry. They're absolutely delicious. So they are going into the base layer here. Then I will pop my burgers into here. Now, the great thing about this little tray that sits inside is it allows that vortex airflow to get all around your food. So it means it's going to really nicely crisp it up. But when you are doing fattier food, something like burgers, which we're doing here, it means that it's going to allow that residual fat to drip down from your food.
So it doesn't
so again,
absolutely,
it's a healthier piece of meat.
It drains the fat away.
Absolutely, it does. Now, I don't know about you, but I love bacon on my burgers. So what I'm able to do is I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do to finish it off. But what I will do towards the end of cooking here, because I've got that ability to split and divide the basket, is that we'll get some nice thick cut bacon, and we'll pop that on there as well. We'll take this out for a moment.
We like fish with a bit of pancetta, don't we? But then you're doing pancetta on the hob, and then you're doing the fish in the oven. You've got all these different things going. You're doing everything in one machine.
In one go. So let's pop that out for now.
That?
Okay, so that's ready to go in later.
We are massively busy. It's great to have your company. We knew it was going to be a busy show. It is a dual air fryer. We've got Joe back in the kitchen showing us exactly how amazing this is. We had a vast amount of stock. I didn't expect stock updates. 10% of the stock sold out and gone. I think if you haven't had an air fryer before, definitely go for a dual one.
Yeah, what a place to start.
Yeah. But if you are at home thinking, I wish mine did all this, upgrade to this one.
Yeah, most definitely. You've got that stacking feature, which means even though it's a dual air fryer, it uses 35% less space on your worktop. So you've got 5.5 litres in each basket, but you can cook different things or you can cook the same.
Because you've got the extra actual rack, it's like you can cook twice as much at the same time. Please do check your baskets through. Remember, so easy, even preset functions. So if you think, I can't remember what Joe said about how long to cook fries for. There's a fries button. You press it, it does the time, it does the temperature. And remember, you're cooking with hardly any oil or often no oil at all. But because of that vortex, very clever technology, it browns food. So it tastes like the food you love that you would deep fry, but actually it's a healthier way of cooking. So they're healthy roast potatoes, they're healthy chips.
Yeah, you're not doing it in that fat where it sits in the fat and it soaks in the fat. You can grill in it, you can roast in it, you can bake cakes in these machines.
And of course you can use one basket, you can use both baskets, you can sink finish. So if you are always getting things at the wrong time, I used to put stuff in the oven and forget when I'd put it in, start the veg, and then all of a sudden the meat's ready, the veg isn't, or the veg is overdone and the meat's not cooked. It will actually sink finish, so you will always get the right things at the right time and it all finish at once. Price-wise, this is why 10% of the stock has gone.
At Tower, 149.99. At Dunelm, 150. At Curry's, 149. We've got it down to 129.99. And with PayPal Pay in 3, 45.31 on your first of 3 payments. If you've not shopped with us before, you just need the number at the top of your screen, 440910. Easiest way is the website, shopontv.co.uk. Click on there and get shopping.
And if you want inspiration, go for the book as well. The book is fantastic. Put it all into that basket and split that cost over those 3 payments. Massively busy. Great to have your company and great to have Joe back with us, but great to have a really amazing dual air fryer.
Yeah, it's the way to cook, isn't it?
Yes.
Air frying, this style of air fryer has been around since 2012. It isn't going anywhere. This is the sort of newest innovation and design, because what we've done is stacked those drawers above and below each other. It means that if, like me, you don't have a lot of work surface, this is going to take up to 35% less work surface, which is always a premium. Let me show you as well. I love the fact with this you can just set it and forget it.
Yes.
No, we're going to program the whole thing. So remember what we got in the top of here. We have got our burgers on the go. So let's pop those in, and then our sweet potato fries in the bottom. So we're going to turn the machine on. Really lovely soft touch control panel, so there's nowhere for any sort of germs or dirt.
Yeah, oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So we're going to press number 1, and then we're going to go DIY on this one. When you're doing it DIY, you can adjust the time and the temperature. So we're going to come down to 180 here for our burgers, and we're going to put that on for 15 minutes, which is perfect. Number 2, I'm just going to hit the fries button, and then what I want to do is I want that smart finish, and then press start. Now, that one of those drawers could be on for an hour, one could be on for 3 minutes. Everything will be done and ready to go and done for you at the same time. So remember, even when you need to turn or shake the food, it will also beep at you again. Let's show you some other stuff. Now,
like your helping hand in the kitchen.
The other great thing about this is what we've got in here are 2 completely separate chambers.
Supper's
so what
here.
that means
I'm
is...
getting ready. I love, we air fry absolutely everything, but honestly, when you buy these frozen, it cooks them so brilliantly. You can't do the same in an oven, in a normal oven.
What have we got here, Jack?
Whether you want to bake yourself from scratch, whether you want to, you know, bake things that you've got from a supermarket, is completely up to you. So what I want you to see here is if you're doing something that's sweet and something that's savoury, they're completely separate, which is wonderful. So what I've done here is I'll just pop these back into our machine.
I just love the way it cooks them and just browns everything perfectly.
So what we've got here are some cheese and bacon.
I was hoping you were going to
croissant
say that.
turnovers, which are just beautiful. You see, look at how you've got that amazing,
no soggy
crispy
bottoms.
finish. No soggy
They
bottoms
cooked all the way
whatsoever.
round.
And then what we've also done here are some almond croissants as well
that sounds
in
nice.
here too. And again, you'll see beautiful, crispy, flaky pastry. Now, the other brilliant thing with this is that you can put anything you already own in here. So any of your oven-safe bakeware, as long as it fits in here, then you're safe to use it.
Brilliant.
I think a lot of your bakeware will fit as well, because this one gets its side. The drawers are a really nice depth, but they are also super wide and super long. Which means that a lot of your bakeware that you already own is going to pop in there. Even lots of things like your ready meals, anything that you pop into an oven can go in here.
This is my mum loves her air fryer for exactly that reason.
This one will also accommodate an 8-inch cake tin as well. So a loose bottom or a spring-form cake tin, you can start to bake. What you never have though with your air fryer is any preheating. The moment you close that drawer, you turn this on, it is up to temperature.
So that's where we talk about saving on energy and saving on time as well.
Because that big oven, you can have that on for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, waiting for the red light to go off. Most things, not everything, but most things are cooked in 20 minutes in your air fryer, and your main oven wouldn't have switched the red light off to say you could put your dinner in. It's amazing.
Yeah, it really, really is. And the other
These are
great thing, I just love that space-saving element. I love that all the dials and the controls are on the front, and it's from Tower. Tower have been around over 100 years. They're an incredible brand. They innovate so much now in the kitchen. And this, of course, when you register this, has a 3-year guarantee.
Yeah.
You know, you can go out and spend double, 3 times this on an air fryer, and you just get a 1-year as standard guarantee. It's just a brilliant piece of kit. As soon as I got it home, I was absolutely blown away with the results that you can get. And also because it With an air fryer, normally what we have is, without wanting to get too technical, when you have two drawers side by side, you have the heating element's in the top and it blows down.
Okay.
I love this because what we have with this is it's from the back, and actually what it gives you is this really lovely even heat, and you'll notice that as soon as you get it home when you are cooking foods that might want to ordinarily be deep fried, things like your chips or your spring rolls maybe. In here, the food looks like it's been deep fried, but remember we're using up to 99% less oil, which is just incredible.
We did have an email from Sam actually asking about where the cooking element was, and is it two separate elements? How do you
absolutely. Let me show you in the front of this one just here. So each cooking chamber, let me angle that for you. Each cooking chamber has its own independent fan and element within the back of there. The other great thing is that you're only heating up this small chamber. That's why we're talking about a machine that's going to use up to 70% less energy, because you think about it, it's cooking 30% faster. It has no preheating time either. So there's so many foods that have a 20-minute or less cook time. You'll be eating those foods from here in the same time you'd be preheating if you were using a regular oven. Look at these absolutely perfect chips in here. Now, chips that look, taste, feel like they've been deep fried, but these have been done using just a tablespoon of oil.
And it's so easy.
Say that again, Joe. A tablespoon
of oil is all we have used. And of course, because you're not using vats and vats of oil, it means that you can use much better quality oil. You can use something like your rapeseed oil, which is my absolute favourite one to use.
I love it as well, Joe, because you can cook a load of chips for a big family. But again, for my mum, she can cook one potato and just put a small amount in with a bit of fish, do a whole dinner in there in an instant. Honestly, absolutely perfect.
But not just about the chips. Remember, this is not... I think a lot of the time what we did with air frying is we would use it to do a bit of our meal, but then we'd still put the oven on, we'd still put the hob on. With this, it's a complete meal machine because you can do... You know, I could have even done veggies in here if I'd wanted to with this. So what I've done here in the top, listen to the... Listen to the crisp on that. So we've got some little chicken goujons that are done in there as well. You know, whether you are baking a whole roast meal or, you know, creating a whole roast meal in here from scratch, or whether you are, I don't know, you know, just doing fish fingers and chips for the family.
Even if you're thinking of kids' lunches, really quick, isn't it?
And things like the Chinese starters, reheating food, it's brilliant.
Sticky food.
You know, if you have a takeaway and you don't manage to eat it all, to reheat it in the air fryer is so different to trying to heat it in a microwave or put it back in the oven where it really dries out.
If I was the sort of person that got, you know, the golden arches delivered by the man on his little green bike, and it was always cold, if I was that sort of person, I would reheat it here.
Yes,
I'm not that sort.
Think about that. All those kind of takeaway foods.
Well, the last thing that I actually used my air fryer for was reheating a takeaway that a man brought to me on a bike.
Good man.
Why does it always look like I played football with it as well? The bag was dripping.
Put so much in the basket.
Oh, brilliant.
We're so busy on this. It's absolutely flying out of the door. 440910 is your item number. $129.99, massively reduced price. But remember about all the features. This is a stacking machine. This means you've got two baskets, both 5.5 litres, 35% less space. That's the great thing. You're not using all that space that you would normally use. This is stacked one on top of the other. So it's like having two air fryers stuck together but not using either.
It's so versatile, whether you're cooking just for yourself or whether you're cooking for a whole family of 8. You've got the preset functions, which is brilliant. So that allows you very quickly to just press fries and it'll give you the time and it will give you the temperature. Remember, it's also got that sync finish. So if you are cooking a whole dinner, but things cook at different times, the great thing is each basket can be a different time, a different temperature, a different way of cooking. But what you'll find is you can press the sync button and it will make sure everything finishes at the right time. Whether you're baking, whether you're air frying, honestly, it makes no odds. You have got one machine that allows you to get perfect results, whether it's chicken or pork or steak or lamb or pigs in blankets, whether it's vegetarian foods, whether you're baking in here. It's fantastic.
If you want to batch cook in here, because you can bake up to or cook up to 8 portions in here and saving time, but also saving energy because it cooks so much quicker without any heat up time.
And saving space in your kitchen. Perhaps you've always wanted an air fryer, but you haven't got room for a big air fryer, but you want a dual one because the dual ones are so much better. Because of the design now, it is so much slimmer and taller, it will easily go into a smaller kitchen and allow you to do so much. But if you want this, and if you want it at this price, we are super busy tonight, which is fabulous.
20% of the entire stock is already gone. This is a huge launch for us, once again, with Tower, bringing us lots of great launches of their latest products. This air fryer is fantastic, not only because of what it does, but because of the price we've got it for you tonight. If you buy it elsewhere at the moment, you're looking at Tower Housewares, £149.99. At Dunelm, £150. At Curry's, £149. With us, it comes down to £129.99.
What a great deal.
But PayPal paying £3.
Our dual machine was £200+. Sorry, it was £199.99. I would pay it time and time and time again. But ours isn't as good as this because now it's just a step ahead, which allows you to have all that latest technology at such an amazing saving. Use PayPal Pay in 3, but get this home. And I would say the first thing to actually cook would be a whole chicken. Chicken is amazing. It's like a rotisserie chicken. We've sold so many air fryers, having people around for Sunday dinner, but actually it doesn't have to be Sunday dinner on a Sunday because you can cook so quickly in this and it's instantly cooking as soon as you turn it on. You can have Sunday dinner every day of the week. 3-year warranty, just register online. Massive, capacity because you have got those 2 baskets, 5.5 litres in each basket.
You could put a large chicken in each one.
Yeah. Or you've got the tray then, so it allows you to do 4 sort of different things all at once. You can do a whole dinner so quickly and so easily. And people absolutely love it.
Got some great reviews to share with you. Replace my old air fryer with this beauty. It's sleek new design with all the tech trimmings. I still have the ability to cook different things at the same time, and it's freed up some much needed space on my work surface for other appliances. Amazing if you're a new parent or need extra space.
Yeah, I think it's just right for absolutely everyone. Whether you're a family of sort of 8, it's allowing you to cook for that amount of people, or whether you're just like my mum on her own.
Yeah.
And my mum would not put the big oven on to do her a jacket potato. I'm not putting the big oven on to do me a jacket potato.
And it took us a while, didn't it, to convince your mum.
Well, we bought one and I thought she hates change. She's not going to like it. It's all she uses, honestly, hand on heart, every day of the week. Whether she's doing a whole dinner for herself or actually whether she's doing a ready meal. Honestly, and she can't believe how quickly things cook. The fact she hasn't got to put the main oven on and leave it on for 20 minutes with nothing in it, wasting all that energy. As soon as you switch this on, it is cooking. For us, we use it every day of the week for so many different things. And if we ever do, perhaps go somewhere where we haven't got an air fryer, perhaps we're away in a self-catering, it's never the same in that oven, is it? You try, and I always burn things, overcook things, dry things out. In the air fryer, everything is just so beautiful.
Great review here. Whether it's a quick pasty after work or a more cordon bleu effort, the Tower air fryer is the best option on the high street for me. I'd go as far to say I'd be lost without it. This latest model is so sleek, a great addition to any kitchen, whether you're a beginner or you have experience. At a price you can afford, it's a 10 out of 10, and we've got it at £129.99.
If it's your first time to buy an air fryer, grab it while the stock is available and while we've got this incredible price. However, if you're at home wishing your air fryer was as good as this, upgrade to this. But we've got to warn you, a quarter of the entire launch stock has sold out and gone. It ticks every single box, but it's all about, I'd like to say you'll use this because it uses less energy. I'd like to say you'll use this because it cooks so much quicker and it's so easy to use. You'll use it because the food tastes amazing. I'd like to say you'll use it because you hardly use any oil, so it's a healthier way of cooking. But the truth is, you'll use it because the food tastes amazing. If you're the worst cook there's something about an air fryer that makes cooking so easy. If you're the best cook, you will be even more versatile.
And with Tower, with the technology, with that vortex, with the fact that you've got the preset programs that set the time and the temperature, the fact you can bake a cake in here and your cakes will be fabulous, pastries for breakfast, you can do bacon, comes out brilliant. brilliant in here. We're massively busy. 440910 if you want to go for this.
Bit like having Joe in your kitchen, your little own helping hand. An
quite
air fryer is like that. Not quite as much fun as Joe, but it's just like having Joe in your kitchen. Now, we've got something else that every home needs, and that is a good pan set. And if you are looking at a mishmash of pans where the lids don't, fit and the handles are wobbly and the non-sticks are horrendous, look at the price for these, and my goodness, wait till you hear more about them, because they are phenomenal.
So many features, and they're going to last you for years. Now, elsewhere, if you buy these, at Tower directly, $119.99. At Dunelm, $119. At Amazon, $109.95. With us, $84.99. £30.31 on your first of 3 PayPals. 846566 is your item number. And when we're talking about features with these, well, take a look how stylish these pans are. We're already massively...
Now, we haven't seen them in action yet. Hugely busy. You desperately need to check your baskets out. You've got 6 layers of non-stick, 15 times stronger than your regular non-stick. You've got an amazing set that gives you a milk pan, 2 saucepans, 2 fry pans, and the non-stick will allow you to get perfection. And that's what you're seeing right there, those 6 layers. That gives you a non-stick where it virtually repels it won't allow the food really to burn onto the pan. It is absolutely incredible. They will go onto any hob, and they'll go into the oven as well up to 220 degrees. But I love as well the Smart Start technology. These pans even tell you when it's the right temperature to put your food in.
Oh, these are just...
Aren't they amazing?
Really they are a forged aluminium construction, which is amazing. So what that means is that they are much more superior than something like a pressed aluminium pan. So a regular aluminium pan, it's a sheet of aluminium and it's punched or pressed out. So it means it stretches in different places. They're super lightweight. These are not heavy, but they've got a really nice weight to them. Forged aluminium means what you've got is that molten aluminium that is then forged into shape. So they are absolutely beautiful. 4.5 mil gauge of aluminium, which is a really lovely size and quality. Incredible base, which is going to heat up 25%, up to 25% faster than other pans in this class, which is incredible. The even heat that's going to give you is absolutely amazing. They're going to go on all hob surfaces, so gas, electric, halogen, solid top, Arga, induction, Rayburn. They will go also into the oven up to 220 degrees, and that is the 3 saucepans or the 2 frying pans. So you've got the 3 saucepans, 2 lids, and you've also got the 2 frying pans.
It's all the essentials.
Yeah,
everything you need. It is that core range for you. I love as well incredible stainless steel handles. They are riveted onto.
That's really important as well, isn't it?
Loose.
Absolutely, and they've got a little hook, a little eye there as well, or so you can hang those up. Now, the great thing is, yes, you can use them on the hob. So what I've got here is butter and brown sugar. So this is a, this is a really sticky mess.
Not in these pans.
We are talking about a non-stick that is 6 layers. You've got that Smart Start technology, but it's also up to 15 times stronger than previous non-sticks. And forged aluminium, you can really see, can't you, just how beautifully these are bubbling.
How
so I'm going
even
to turn
that
that
heat
down.
is as well. There's not a hot or cold spot there, is there?
Absolutely.
And they've got an incredible warranty, haven't they?
They have indeed. So you get 1 year as standard, but when you register your purchase, you'll get an extra 9 years. Let's just quickly go over to the oven, if we may, because this is a pan set that you will seamlessly move from hob to oven to table. The other great thing about these as well, a real hallmark of quality non-stick, is the fact that you've got metal utensil safe non-stick. Now,
that's brilliant.
I'd always say if you want to prolong the life of your non-stick, use wood, plastic, nylon, silicone, but it means, when you can't quite reach the plastic utensils,
you sometimes get that spoon, don't you?
And then you end up gouging a part out of it. It doesn't matter with this. Metal utensil safe, just don't use a knife or a whisk is all I would say. Now, what I've been able to do here with this, rump of lamb. Because I once called it lump of ram, and now I can't ever get out of my head.
I wouldn't say it.
So now I'm like, is that right? Is that wrong? Is that right?
That would have been funnier.
Rump of lamb is one of my favourite pieces of meat. Now, the great thing is with this, not only is it the ease of use that you're going to be able to have by you moving this around the kitchen, the other thing I absolutely love about it is the fact that what you also have is better results. Because let's take this for instance. So I was able to seal and sear this piece of lamb off first in here. Then I took the whole pan, popped that all into the oven. So less washing up, which is amazing. really easy to use, but also from a taste and flavour point of view, because it means all the juices that I sealed and seared on the hob first, they're still in there in the oven. It means that when I bring this back over,
Smells great.
over here, what I can do if I want to is I can then add a little bit of stock in there, I could add some wine into there, and I could then create a bit of a sauce in there too. I am aware that this chopping board is way too big for this piece of meat, but you're going to have to go with me, okay?
Look at it closely.
This chopping board is self-identifying as a much smaller chopping board, okay? Let me... Do you know what will fix it, though?
Go on.
We'll just put a bit of
A bit of green.
You never know.
Sorted.
Perfect size now.
No one would have
Let
even
me show you
noticed if
there.
you'd done that before.
What we then got is
Oh, look
really
at that.
Oh.
And all I did was seared this off. Now, it's really important, if you like your food to be well cooked, sealing and searing your meat first is going to keep all of the moisture, it's going to keep all of the succulence in there. So wonderful for this, wonderful for things like beef as well. And again, up to 220 in the oven. So a lot of the time, I get annoyed about a lot of things, but one of the things I really get annoyed about, I'm very easily annoyed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very offended all of the time. One of the things that really annoys me is when pans say they're oven safe, and you look at them, it's oven safe to 140 or
So you're
160. I mean, it's about as much
can
use
you
as a
do?
chocolate teapot, unless you're going to stew or casserole or something. This is up to 220. It means roasting, baking. You could also use this size pan for a cake tin. Maybe you want to do something really sticky, like
or bread and
pineapple
things.
upside down.
Pineapple?
In there. You could
Could you bake bread
do
in
that.
there, I suppose?
You could bake bread in there. Absolutely, you could indeed.
Sorry.
Let me bring you over
There's
to
so
the,
much going on.
let me bring you over to the sink, if I may. So I'm just going to take
This is why they're so good.
I'm just going to take my very fancy tap and we'll just give that a bit of a rinse off. It's too fancy for me, I can't use it. What I want you to see is here, look, let me just clean half of that. Your roasting dishes on a Sunday, you soak them, you scrub them, you leave them all day. Look at how brilliantly that cleans. That is just half of that. I can clean the other half here as well. Not scrubbing this, I'm just using a soft cloth. The other thing as well about your pans that you have, now if you have pans that are a nightmare at home and you're soaking them or you're scrubbing them or using things you shouldn't on there, when you soak your pans, they're just going to deteriorate more quickly.
Yes.
As well.
One of the worst things you can do, really.
It really is. So this is a really great way to look after these. I don't know what that was going to be. I do know what it's going to be. I was going to add some cream to that, but I think with
what did you put in there? What was
it's butter and brown sugar. I think it might come together, you know. Let's give it a go.
Let's not give up yet.
Stick with it. Stick with it.
So really nice sauces, and that's the thing. You've got a pan set that gives you the right pan really for every single job, doesn't it?
It will indeed. So
that's going to look.
Now, Joe, that little red mark in the middle of the pan, that's great for the perfect temperature, isn't it? When it comes to that red mark in the centre of that pan.
Could you show us the red mark?
Show you, the red mark.
That's really kind of
Let
you.
me show you how easily this cleans up, actually. So if you do what I did...
That was sticky nasty.
Many things. It was also sticky and nasty. What I want you to see is, with just a piece of kitchen towel, look, you're not going to clean it up. You're going to let this to cool down at home. That was butter and brown sugar that had boiled and bubbled in there. Maybe you love making fudge. Maybe you want to make spun sugar or toffee. You're talking about a non-stick that's 15 times stronger. It has 6 layers. Bonded stainless steel means it heats up super quick. Suitable for all hob surfaces, up to 220 in the oven. And they look great. I mean, they are
really
a brilliant pan set with a 10-year guarantee.
And you know when to put the food in, don't you? Because of the smart technology in the middle of the pan.
So this goes much more opaque. So you can see just there, you've got a really lovely, quite a bold red design, and it darkens. And you'll know, and what that does is when that happens is when the pan is at 200 degrees Celsius, which is the perfect temperature for sealing and searing joints of meats, for cooking a steak or chicken breast. Never before, you're never going to do that thing where you flick water at the pan.
Yes.
I've never understood that. I always do this and I've got no idea what I'm feeling. When do I know that's the right temperature?
It might be not. You know now with this that it's at the right temperature.
It tells you it's just
My
the right
hand has
temperature.
no idea, but these pans have. There's nothing worse than putting your steak in and there's no
Absolutely.
Simply are,
you've got the
ruined that.
sizzle with these.
Yeah,
and you know it's
absolutely.
just the right time. So a brilliant price at $84.99. If you buy it elsewhere, you're not going to get this kind of price. And $84.99 is for 5 pieces. You've got your 3 saucepans, 18, 20 and 22. You've got 2 frying pans, 20 and 24. The other great thing, Hayley, is you've got a lid for the 20-centimetre saucepan. So that'll fit the smaller frying pan.
It does, which is brilliant. They go onto whatever hob you've got. They go into the oven up to 220 degrees. They tell you when they're the perfect temperature to put your food into. The non-stick is phenomenal. Remember, you are going for the Smart Start Ultra Forged. This is 6 layers of non-stick. They're 15 times stronger than your regular non-stick, which is incredible. And seeing just some of the features right here. So that non-stick coating, we've seen how that virtually wipes clean, which is incredible. It will go on to whatever hob you've got because it's got that very cleverly designed base, which also gives that even heat distribution as well. You can use metal tools, but we've always said use the ones you've always used, which are your plastic and sort of your wooden thing. But if you do grab a spoon, it's not the end of the world. And they are oven and they're dishwasher safe, but I don't think you'll put them in the dishwasher.
We just saw how
because they
easy
just
they
wipe
are.
clean.
Yeah, just wipe them clean, literally. Now, even if you've burnt in them, they just wipe clean. And that's because of that non-stick, remember, 15 times stronger than your regular non-stick.
And they heat up so much quicker as well. There's so many reasons to get these pans. And beautiful gift idea. And $84.99. I remember our first pan set, and I'm sure it was about £350. Incredible reviews as well. You absolutely loved these.
I've got a great one here. Obsessed with these pans. Absolutely amazing. The perfect non-stick frying pans. Everything I've had from Tower has been spot on. I highly recommend them.
And remember, amazing warranty. Register online. You've got a 10-year warranty for a pan set that's $84.99. So that works out less than £1 a month if they only lost it for 10 years. But you know the quality. They couldn't guarantee them for 10 years if they weren't going to last for way beyond that.
And it's very important if you are looking at these pans, you're looking at the Smart Start Ultra Forged. These are pretty much the top of the range from Smart Start. The fact you're getting all 5 pieces, hiya Joe, for $84.99.
Joe's very busy
a lot
in
of
the
cooking
kitchen. We've got to get
do.
back to Joe, actually. You need to check your baskets out for these. Hugely busy. We will go back to them if we have time. And please check your baskets out because lots of you got these in baskets. And it's only yours when you check your basket through. But we're going to go back to our air fryer because we have got an amazing time in the kitchen this morning. Over a third of the entire launch stock has already sold out and gone, and we had a good amount of stock. But I think everybody, whether you've air fried already, this is the way to upgrade, or whether you're starting for the first time, this is the way to go, isn't it?
It really is, because the capacity on this is massive. 11 litres is a huge capacity. 2 5.5 litre air fryers that are completely, think of them as being completely independent. You can only just use one layer. If you wanted to just use the top layer or the bottom layer, you can. But what they then do is they speak together. So you have that sync finish or smart finish function. So it means that you could have 2 different times, 2 different temperatures, 2 different modes, and it will ensure your meal is ready together at the same time.
And the great thing is you've got that great capacity, but you can still just cook for 1 or 2. But actually, it's taking up less space than if you went and bought a small air fryer, because it's so cleverly designed.
This is taking up 35% less space. So, you know, somewhere where... And the other great thing about it is I just love... It kind of looks like a, you know, like a PC tower. That's what it reminds me of. It's that kind of shape. So it really is brilliant, and it's a great size for you. I love the fact that this one has preset functions for different types of foods as well, which is brilliant.
There's your measurements just there that you can see. And we did have an email from Kirsty. She was asking about preheating, Joe, but you don't need to do.
No preheating with this whatsoever, which I absolutely love. So anything you're going to cook that takes less than 20 minutes to cook, you'd be eating from here whilst you'd still be preheating in your regular oven.
So true, because your big oven, that takes about 20-25 minutes to heat up for you to put the food in. But most things, not everything, but most things are cooked in 20 minutes in here. So honestly, it's, and that's saving as well, because you're not wasting that energy on that big oven.
And that's just thinking about the fact that we're not preheating. That's forgetting about the fact that this is going to cook up to 30% faster. up to 99% less oil, and up to 70% less energy.
Now,
who doesn't want to use up to 70%?
Who doesn't? Now, we're talking about percentages. Just heard in my ear.
Wow. If you all check out, 40% of the stock is now gone. Oh my goodness. Website is the easiest way to shop. shopontv.co.uk. You'll see it's right there. Pop it in your basket. Go through to checkout. It literally talks you through the process. Really simple. You can pay by credit card. You can use PayPal Pay in 3. You can use Apple Pay. All the payment options are there for you.
And remember, not yours until you check your basket through. I do think we'll be in a situation where more people will be ordering the stock is available, and that's when sadly you can press checkout and it'll say sorry, sold out. You must check your basket through, otherwise sadly you are going to miss out. Lots of you not only shopping for the fantastic air fryer, you're going for the book, and if we can advise you to get any book, this book is fantastic.
Yeah, it is, because it's the first book I've seen that is designed for the dual basket air fryers, 4 air fryers that are complete meal machines. So it means that you can do absolutely everything in there. I love all the pictures. It's all ingredients you've heard of.
We've done, we've done
great.
loads of meals out of here. Honestly, it's fantastic. Perhaps you cook the same thing every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, and you're fed up of that food. Gives you loads of inspiration. Or perhaps you've never air fried before. Again, it just gives you ideas. I think there's lots of things you'll think you couldn't air fry, and you definitely can. So honestly, grab that, put it in your basket with the machine, and it'll split that cost over those 3 payments, so just an extra $6.66 in your basket, and of course no extra with your delivery. So grab that book, and if you're watching and thinking, oh, Mum loves her air fryer, be a nice gift idea
really
as well.
Nice gift idea. It's
really
a beautiful book as
It
well.
is.
Proper
One of the
traditional
nicest.
recipe book,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's lovely.
Add
Really
that into
lovely.
your basket, like we say. Where are we at cooking then?
Oh, so what we've got on the go, remember, over here, so we've got our sweet potato fries coming on beautifully here. They are done. We're just added into here. We've got some lovely crispy bacon, and our burgers are pretty much done underneath there as well. So I think there'll be a lot of people that love using their air fryers, and they use an air fryer and then they also fry on the hob, or they use an air fryer, they also cook something under the grill or something in the oven. The joy of this is it doesn't matter. Even if you're doing a machine or a meal that has 4 different elements, you have 4 different opportunities to cook in here, because you have your 2 different baskets and then the ability to divide both of those baskets as well using the divider. Or that's just going to be you increasing the capacity. So if you're grilling sausages, you're doing kebabs, maybe you love the idea of barbecue food, but you don't have any outside space like I don't. This is a great way of replicating those styles of food. And it means that if you are someone that struggles with timings are the one thing in the kitchen that where people sort of tend to make mistakes. This is great because you're able to synchronise the whole thing. It will all be done and cooked for you.
And if you've got a bit of a fussy family, it allows you to do different things as well, different meals. And my best friend, her son, was such a fussy eater. And honestly, when he went off to university, the only thing he was bothered about taking was the air fryer. He wanted to take the air fryer with him because he loved food out there. Because I do think it tastes so different. You know, whether you're doing sausages or whether you're doing that whole chicken or whether you're doing pastries.
There's no compromise ever on taste.
No. What have you got back there?
Now, I'm just doing a little sticky toffee pudding.
You are?
In here. This was a frozen dessert. Now, I'm only using 1 drawer at the moment, so it doesn't matter if you want to use 1 drawer or both drawers. It completely doesn't matter. My auntie gave me a hand with this. So if you're cooking from freezer, then it's brilliant.
And it's great for the little puddings as well, you know, if you buy the individual ones.
But also baking from scratch, don't forget, all of your oven-safe bakeware that you already own, as long as it's safe to go in the oven, it's safe to go in here. So it could be pudding basins, ramekins, earthenware, glassware, cake tins as well. If you've got 8-inch cake tins, that will go into here too. But that's cooking on the go in here. I thought I wanted to show you, again, something else to do in here really quickly. So what I've got here, these are my favourite potatoes to have in the air fryer. Just some these are little baby potatoes, mix them with a tablespoon of oil. They go into here.
Oh, still with the skins on.
And then I'm also going to have a chicken Kiev, because
I love a chicken Kiev.
don't think you can I don't think you can beat a chicken Kiev or a chicken Kev, as our producer.
Chicken Kev, our Martha
calls
it. Get the chicken Kevs in.
Kev. Let me remind you though how you're going to set and program this machine, so it means that you don't have to do anything. So in the top here, we've got our chicken Kevs. I'm always going to call them that now. I'm going to hit the DIY function, and we're going to do this on 180 now. What I would say is, When you are amending recipes from oven to air fryer, you're always going to take 20 degrees off. I'll explain that in a bit more detail in a moment. And then in the bottom, we're going to be doing our potatoes. So let's also do this on DIY. Max temperature here, and we're going to add that on. They're going to go in for 25 minutes. Now, I want these to be done at the same time. When I want it to be done, Smart Finish ensures that it doesn't matter the time, the temperature, the function. It will always ensure they are done together. So you can see it's holding the top drawer there, and it's now going to count down. So when this comes down to 15 minutes, it will then turn both of these on. If you want something, if you have a busy household, you want to just be able to program this, forget it, and it will come up with a meal for you. It will do that.
Well, so often the phone might ring, might it? And then all of a sudden, oh gosh, when did I put the food in the oven? When should I be doing the stuff on the hob now? And then it's all cooked at a different time. You know, the thing in the oven's overcooked and the stuff on the hob isn't cooked, or you've overcooked the stuff on the hob and the thing in the oven isn't finished yet. It tells you and stops and cooks everything at the right time because you use that sync button.
And so many supermarkets, frozen food outlets have air fryer instructions.
Yeah, they do now. Yeah, they do
indeed.
Because the world went crazy for air fryers. I think initially it was because it was a healthy way of eating, but then when the energy costs went up, so many, I think they said the air fryer sales went up by about 3,000% because everybody wanted an air fryer for the fact that you're not turning that big oven on for 20 odd minutes with nothing in it. You're cooking instantly. Are you going to melt that on the top?
You are. So I'm going to melt that cheese on the top of there. Yeah, absolutely. And the other great thing, you know, it's down to, I mean, this might seem like a really silly little thing. When you've got something in the oven, right, let's say you've got something in there, it's cooking, we want to check on it.
Yep.
We'll go over, open the oven door, get a cloth, take it out, mix it up, put it back in. With this, you literally take it out, you give it a shake, you put it back in. It is such a tactile way of cooking.
Do you know what it's brilliant for as well? Yorkshire puddings.
Oh, Yorkshires are great.
Oh my word, rubbish at Yorkshire puddings in the big oven.
Yeah.
Yorkshire puddings in an air fryer, perfection.
Yeah.
And these actually, sweet potatoes I think can be tricky.
Yeah.
Whereas an air fryer cooks them beautifully.
Yeah, it does, and the reason why it crisps so well is that when you are cooking, just generally, crispiness is determined by the speed at which you're able to remove the moisture. You know, when you've got that great airflow, you've got vortex technology in here, it means that it is going to give you that great crisping, but the vortex ensures that it's evenly crisping, evenly cooked all the way around.
They can often be really soggy, can't they? Whereas they're crisp.
Yeah, sweet potato.
They're really crisp. The sweet potatoes are really tricky.
Now,
I think.
look at that. In moments, we've melted the cheese.
How incredible is that? So fast, it will melt that cheese on there for us. So let's take that out. So we've done
If you could see our floor manager's face every time Joe opens it, he's like salivating.
And it's great for the UK because of our weather. Perhaps you've said you're having a barbecue, got all the barbecue food, but then the rain comes. Get everybody indoors and just use the air fryer because honestly it tastes
your flavours are all still there and it's healthier, isn't it?
Oh wow, look
what
at
I'm going to
that.
do as well is
spectacular.
I'm just going to grab a knife and we'll cut into one of these.
They're a gourmet burger, aren't they?
As well, all the way through. Try not.
And if you've got hungry kids, the great thing is you've cooked it in here so quickly, stops them snacking. But when you've got the big oven, you're waiting for the grill to heat up, the oven to heat up. You know they're already eating crisps and nuts. The food's cooked so good. Look at that. Or you've just come in tonight starving. Get a burger in your air fryer.
In minutes. Everything cooking so quickly. Now, if you all check your baskets out, already 50%, half of our entire stock is gone. You have got to check out. Don't hang around.
We've not been on an hour yet.
No, the price is brilliant. Absolutely spectacular. If you shop around and you try and find it elsewhere, look at those burgers, my word. If you shop around and try and find it elsewhere, you will see at Tower, $149.99. At Dunelm, 150, at Curry's 149, with us $129.99.
Incredible value for money. This is a dual air fryer and honestly allowing you to get this at this price is phenomenal, but what you need to do is check your baskets through. I'm looking at it in action because this is what it's all about. It's all about you having an air fryer that will cook all and everything. You could cook for one or two, but because you've got this incredible compact machine saving space on your worktop, you've actually got space to cook for a family of 8 if you would like. It's absolutely brilliant.
The fact you can stack it up. I mean, this is the latest technology, isn't it, when it comes to
So it's like
air
you can cook
fryers?
4 different things at once.
Yeah.
So it makes it twice as big as it actually, it actually is. It's so cleverly designed. You've got an 11-litre capacity. You can use 1 basket, 2 baskets. You can cook all the food. You can cook it in different ways, each basket, but you can press the sync button so it all finishes at the right time. So you're never sort of, what time to put that in? You can air fry in here. You can grill in here. You can bake and roast in here. Honestly, it is perfect for whether you're cooking cakes or whether you're doing something from frozen or whether you're doing those pastries that you buy and they're frozen and they cook beautifully. However, for salmon, for vegetables, you can do your whole dinners. So if you are looking at doing things like, a whole chicken or perhaps pizza and garlic bread, it's like the best pizza oven ever.
Oh,
because for pizzas and garlic bread,
and it's in minutes. That's
Camembert. Can't do camembert in the main oven.
It
Rubbish.
comes out perfectly, doesn't it?
Yeah, honestly, absolutely perfect.
Our director's recommendation, and we do it all the time now. We had it, was it last night?
Yeah.
It was. Baked feta in the air fryer. We do it for about 15 minutes.
Oh,
Some
it's
Italian
delicious.
herbs, olive oil. The burger and chips we've put here just to tempt us. Never mind tempt you. But it is about that result that you get. No compromise on taste. And when it comes to the way you cook, I think it changes completely.
I think when air fryers first came out, my goodness, they really have come on. I think when we first came out, we used them because they were a healthier way of cooking. And you just did things like chips and roast potatoes in them because you either use no oil or the tiniest amount of oil. So you've got low-fat chips, low-fat roast potatoes. That was food you like. It's just cooking it in a healthier way. But then when sales went crazy is when the energy costs went up. And all of a sudden, I think they said sales of air fryers went up by about 3,000%.
Yes,
because of because of the energy crisis. So that people were wanting to save energy. And you think, well, why does this save energy? Because this is instantly cooking as soon as you press that button.
Yeah, there's no big long heat up time
For
like your big
oven. Yeah, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and the red light still hasn't gone off, and you don't want to put it in until the red light's gone off because it's not going to cook properly. But this is already most foods cooked in here in 20 minutes. Not everything, but most foods.
And the other great
it's
thing,
done.
it's countertop, so you're not having to bend down or move around to get into your oven. Countertop, but having 4 layers of cooking. If you just want to use the top basket, you can. But if you want to do a whole chicken in one basket, maybe you want to bake a cake in the other. That's fine because it's like having 2 separate air fryers stuck together.
The great thing is, if you are only cooking for 1 or 2 and you think, I'll perhaps get a smaller one, don't, because this is really compact, so it's not going to take up any more space because it's tall and slim. But the great thing is it allows you to do so much more. Sometimes if you get a small air fryer, you've still got to put the oven on, you've still got to use the hob. This allows you to do your whole dinner all at once. But the great thing is whether you're cooking just for 1 or 2, and then when the family comes round, perhaps at Easter you were struggling, and perhaps Christmas is always a nightmare, this is allowing you to cook so much for so many as well.
And up to 8 portions, so if it is a bigger family you've got, it's brilliant. The fact you can match everything up and do 2 whole chickens there if you want to, or use the separate functions.
And do a chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, my word. You know the rotisserie chickens that just taste so good, and you can never do that, can you, at home? The skins are so crispy, and then you cut into the chicken. Hasn't dried out like it does in the main oven, and you think, I wish I could cook that. You will cook exactly that in an air fryer. I always say chicken is the first thing you should do, and it could be Sunday dinner any day of the week.
Yeah, because it's so much quicker for the cooking. And if you've already got an air fryer and you're thinking, this looks interesting, this is the latest technology, now is the time to upgrade with this brilliant price and the technology that Tower brings. And remember, upon registration, you will get a 3-year warranty. That's the faith that Tower have in their products. They always give extended warranties. Feature-wise, like we were saying, you've got the 4 cooking methods. What that means is you've got 4 layers there of cooking. Dual basket technology. You've got a digital display that's really simple and straightforward to see. You're saving up to 70% on energy, depending on your tariff and depending on your supplier,
and that
obviously.
ticks so many boxes for so many reasons. For so many people, my mum only uses her air fryer now. She's not putting that big oven on just for me. I'm not going to do a jacket potato just for me. Now she will in her air fryer. And the great thing is you are saving space. So even if you're thinking, you know, I perhaps won't use it, you will use the Joule, and the Joule is the best way to go. Look how slim it is compared with a regular air fryer.
And those 6 preset meal classics means that when you use that preset, it sets the time and it sets the temperature, so it does it all for you.
So if you're thinking, I can't remember what Joe said to do my fries for, just press the fry button, it'll do the right temperature and the right time. Steak, what shall I do? Press the steak button and it'll do all of that for you.
The Smart Finish, 2 foods, 2 methods, both finishing at exactly the same time, so you don't have to time it, the machine does it for you. And then the Match Cook means you can quickly set both baskets to cook at the exact same
So you could do chicken and chips, lamb chop and roast potatoes, steak and jacket potato, camembert and pigs in blankets. You could do your starter and your main course. You could do fish, you could do a whole trout, and then you could do your vegetables. But actually 4 different layers if you're quick, because stock is absolutely flying.
It's 60% now. 60% of the stock is in baskets and checking through.
And we're just coming up to being on air an hour.
Yeah.
Brand new, launched today with our fabulous Joe in the kitchen, but it's not yours till you check your basket through. That means only 40% is left, and before we know it, there'll be more people ordering than stock is available. You've got a market-beating price. You've got the air fryer to go for because it's very much that latest technology, and it's dual. Whether you're cooking for 1 or 2 or 8, a dual air fryer is the way to go. When you see it in action and when you see the food, honestly, you will cook only with your air fryer. Look how compact it is, saving up to 35% on your work surface top area, which is amazing. 11 litres, but 2 baskets, 5.5 litres each, which you can divide them as well with the rack. So you could do 4 different things. This is the only air fryer I've seen that does so much and so easy to use.
Yeah, and the variety of food, like Hayley always says, you'll stop using that main oven because you can do everything in the air fryer. There's no compromise on taste.
Oh,
you don't lose any flavour. You've got that rapid air circulation, which is patented by Tower, which means you get that even heat distribution, that even cooking, whether you're air frying, grilling, roasting, baking your cake. Joe's got a sticky toffee pudding in there. He's going to pop out any minute. And so if you want to go for this, now is the time. It's massively busy.
I think for baking as well.
910.
For baking, I think it's better than the main oven because the temperature is really precise. Whereas I think sometimes when you're turning a knob on the main oven, am I at 175 or am I at 180? Whereas you know exactly what the temperature is. And like we were saying earlier, you're never opening that big oven door and letting all the cold air in and spoiling things. That temperature is that temperature. Honestly, it's an amazing way to cook. Is this our dessert?
Sticky toffee pudding is done and there. I think we should let that cool down just a moment.
Diving
it's one of my favourite puddings.
Whilst I love a sticky toffee pudding.
I do.
Absolutely delicious. Now, of course, if you wanted to bake this yourself from scratch, you could absolutely do that. If you have a favourite recipe, it could be banana bread or cupcakes or muffins or any of those different things, or you can use something shop bought. It's completely up to you. What I'm also going to do is, again, this is really great if you have people that have got intolerances or allergies, or you know, maybe one of you is vegan or vegetarian, because these are 2 separate chambers. It's not like they're not in the same housing. They are 2 individual, completely separate baskets. So what we're going to do is we are going to do some spring rolls.
There's a lot of spring rolls.
Just a few spring rolls.
Just a few in there. So they're
spring
going to
rolls
go
for
in the
everybody?
top one.
I think so. Spring rolls
And
all
our
around.
veggie ones are going to go in the bottom one. The veggie ones are never quite as popular. So there's only a handful of
They are here.
Now, before I get that started, what I wanted to show you though was timings, because you know, these take, let me show you here. So if we have a little look on the back of the packaging just here. So in the oven, 190 or 170 fan, 14 to 16 minutes with a heat up time. 7 minutes.
It's so good, isn't it?
Fry these. So it really does show, you know, we set up to 30% faster, sometimes it's going to be even more. If you were to have these cooked traditionally, you deep fry them. We're talking about something that's using up to 99% less oil. So in a fraction
now
of the time.
Loads of hellos to Joe, Carl, Danny. Emma, Dave.
Wow.
Oh,
Lots of
hey.
people asking about your leather apron.
Yes.
Well,
He's branded
I
now.
don't have custody of it currently.
Oh, he's been branded here.
Yeah.
Just put that little shop on.
There'll be a change.org coming up for that, I'm sure.
What are you
Let me
doing
just
over
quickly
there?
show you this. Now, because what we've talked about is that smart finish technology, which is great. That's going to allow you to do 2 different times, temperatures and modes and them be done at the same time. The other one I want to show you is the match cook. So with this, it's 180 for 7 minutes. So I'm going to press 1. I'm going to go, I've got very greasy hands. Let's just put this on. So 180 for 7 minutes. So let's just pop that down. So you can see there's 7 minutes. Now I don't want to have to do that again for the next one. So what I'm going to do, match cook, super match cook, super match cook, and then it will do both of them without me needing to program it again at the same time. So it's going to save you time, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, so quick, so easy, and honestly, it's as simple as Joe is using it, and you'll get the hang of it in an absolute instant because it virtually talks you through.
Yeah, it's so straightforward,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
That's the thing
it
about this
really
machine.
is.
And
No.
the manual function DIY, if you want to set the time and the temperature, you can do that as well. It's completely up to you how you use this machine, but you will use it every single day.
And you will, and when
This is
whilst
looking
you're having your
tasty.
dinner that you cooked in your air fryer, you can pop your dessert.
That's what we do, isn't it?
All the
We
time.
do, so it's ready.
Because you can walk away and leave it, you know you've put the right temperature. You do need to check your baskets out, hugely busy. 60% of the stock has gone and lots in baskets. We're going to be in a situation shortly where more people are ordering than stock is available. Amazing market beating price. Oh. And I'd like to say you'll use this because it's a healthier way of cooking. Yeah, I'd like to say you'll use it because it saves energy because you don't have to heat the oven up for ages. It's instantly cooking. I'd like to say you'll use it because it's simple. But actually, you'll use it because the food just tastes amazing out of
It
an air
doesn't matter
fryer.
what style of cooking you love. You know,
No.
whether you're a really basic
Good
cook,
point,
whether
yeah.
you're super adventurous, what style of cooking you love to do. The best way to think about what this can do for you is it will do everything your big oven can do and so much more because
Yeah.
it will replace a deep fat fryer. It is absolutely, without a shadow of doubt, something you'll use every day. I think you will use this every single time that you'll cook. And you'll look for reasons to use it because it gives you great results, gives you them more quickly, more energy efficiently, but it's the results for themselves that really speak volumes.
We went out, it was towards Christmas, wasn't it? We sat in a pub with my mum.
You
and the
two
table,
sat in a pub, doesn't sound like you.
a table,
my cousin.
there was a table, I was driving, so I was good.
See?
But, there was a table next to us full
I know what
of
you mean.
older ladies, and they were all having a little chat.
Guess what
And
it
then
got
someone
onto?
went on to air fryers. And it was, if we could have taped it, I love my air fryer.
People are
I never used the
evangelical
big
about
oven,
that,
and it went on like this for ages,
They
didn't it?
rave about it because you can do so much in it. And it has become the new way of cooking. Everybody loves an air fryer. And what you're doing here today, you're going at that top of that range, the latest innovation when it comes to air fryers. So whether it's your first time going for an air fryer or whether you want to upgrade, this is the perfect machine for you.
A dual is definitely what you should go for if you're buying for the first time. But if you are looking at this thinking, oh my goodness, it'll sit just perfectly in that, in that space in the kitchen,
Don't you
even
wave
the
your
smallest
fork at me.
kitchen.
Straight in there, look.
I just thought I'd better try this.
Nice.
You have a little taste of that and let me know.
Testing. Your auntie's recipe.
Yes.
Oh, Hayley, that could be messy.
Delicious, eh? Sticky toffee pudding is just absolutely
It
glorious. Now, from something really quite unhealthy to something healthy, because life is all about balance, isn't it? A lot of people say, they don't eat healthily or cook from scratch because they don't have the time. You can't, it gives you the time to do
Yeah.
it. So what I want to quickly show you is, all I'm going to do is I'm going to do some veggies into here. So we've got some peppers, some courgettes, could be anything you've got left over. We always have that in the bottom of the fridge, the drawer of good intention,
Yes.
call it, where we
Still
buy
there.
lots of veggies and
Yeah.
we put them in there and we don't use them. This is a great way to use those up. So I've got my veggies and they are here in the top one.
And have
then
you put
what
a
I'm
little
gonna
bit of
do-
oil on those?
A tiny bit of oil, yeah. So I've just used about a tablespoon for about half a tablespoon for what is in there.
Whereas normally you'd put so much if you were doing them in the oven into the tray. Wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
They'd be soaking in oil.
And-
And the veg are good for you, but the oil's got thousands of calories, so a much healthier way to do
And the
things
salmon,
like that.
no oil whatsoever on the
Brilliant.
salmon. I'm just throwing that in.
Oh,
It's
it's
just
completely
it's
adds
fish
beautiful.
is
for
really
fish.
tricky, isn't it, to cook?
Of course it is, yeah. And maybe fish is something, you go away on holiday and you have, fish it's always delicious.
Yeah.
Isn't it? And then you try and replicate it at home, you come back, it's just dry, or
so true.
you're unsure if it's
I think
cooked
especially
properly.
salmon.
Yeah,
I think a lot of
absolutely.
people think, oh, it was so nice at the restaurant, but I just can't get it the same.
So let's quickly show you how easy this is going to be able to do. So what I'm going to do is we're going to do our veggies on the top. I'm going to press 1. I'm actually just going to put it on fries because that's 20 minutes on the max temperature. And I know that that's pretty much what I need. And then we are going to go to number 2. I'm going to hit bake. 170. Let's just double check the time. 15 minutes. That's perfect. And then I want this to be done together at the same time. So hitting that smart finish button before I hit start will always ensure both drawers are done and ready at the same time.
I love that. So I'm going to remember when you put the first things in, what time should I put the next thing in, get everything cooking at the wrong time, something's cooked, something's not cooked. You walk away from it and it will make sure that your whole dinner is ready at the same time.
That.
It
It's
will.
so clever, isn't it?
Such a time saver for you in the kitchen, which is wonderful.
Now, do check your baskets out. Massively, massively busy. And we've got
just
more
wanna-
food.
Is it spring roll?
It's just telling me to shake it. is what
Shake
it's
it.
telling me. So it's just letting me know it's time for a shake. And let's pop those in here. And then number 1 needs a shake over here as well. So me chicken kebs, they need a turn, not a shake. So I'll just grab some tongs.
They smell good.
And we will just give those a little turn.
turn.
So there
Now
we
the
are.
great thing is you've got that tray in the bottom, and that means you get that crispness all the way
And
around,
again,
doesn't
so
it?
often if you do things like chicken Kievs in the oven, they get like a soggy bottom, don't they?
Yeah.
Whereas that, you get them crisp
No one
all
wants
the
a
way
soggy
around.
Kiev.
No one wants to know.
Soggy Kiev.
Soggy Kev is not,
Soggy Kev
not on
bottom.
anybody's
Oh no,
recipe.
this is going wrong.
You do check your baskets out. It's been lovely to have Joe back with us, but actually it's been lovely to have such incredible deals from Tower. Have a look as well at what you can create, but just think about whatever you'd normally put in your regular oven, whether that's a ready meal or whether that's a whole chicken or a whole roast with your roast potatoes and your roast vegetables. Because you've got the dual capacity of this, you can cook so much. But then you can do your takeaway foods, you can do your burgers. We always do our bacon for bacon sandwiches in the air fryer because it just tastes so good.
And it crisps beautifully. And whether it's a roast you want to do, a whole roast dinner, you can in a machine like this.
And meats, it seals meats on the outside so they're still juicy and succulent on the inside. Because I like meat well done, but well done meat in the oven is like
Really
dried
dry,
out.
really tough.
And I stopped eating it because it is exactly that, really tough. But out of an air fryer, it is so different. It's so succulent, so juicy. So whether that is steak or whether that is chicken or whether that is lamb or whether that is pork, honestly, brilliant. And whether you're just doing a pork chop for you, some chips and a little bit of roast veg, you pop it all in just for you. But whether you're cooking for the whole family of 8, you've got the capacity to do both.
If you want a bit of inspiration, you
it's
can't
lovely.
go wrong with this book. It's brilliant. It really is. It's designed by Tower for dual air fryers. It talks you through all the different types of recipes. It's a beautiful book. It's a great gift. Breakfasts, lunches, dinners, desserts. It's all in here. Oh, there's the baked feta we were talking about. Absolutely
We've done
gorgeous.
loads out of this book. It's full of inspiration, but full of things you might didn't realise you could do in an air fryer. And honestly, beautifully designed with the pictures, really easy to follow. But do grab that and pop it into your basket, and you can split that cost then over those 3 payments. So just an extra $6.66 in your basket with your machine, no extra delivery. So grab that, 997083. Loads of you going for that. I think sometimes we just get stuck with cooking the same things every Monday, Friday. We get in a rut, and that really gets you out of the rut.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stock-wise, did I just hear about stock? Two-thirds.
Oh, hello. What time? It's not even half
Right in
past
your
1.
basket.
2/3 of the stock's gone. So if you want to get hold of this, remember we've got a great price. We've shopped elsewhere. We could find the price elsewhere. If you look at where else we looked at Tower directly, $149.99 at Dunelm, $150 at Curry's, $149 with us, $129.99
For a dual air fryer.
And with PayPal Pay in 3, you can split the cost across 3 interest-free payments. 440910 is your item number. Brand new today, but flying out of the door.
I'm not surprised. Great price, amazing machine, really compact. Will go into even a small kitchen, but you've got the capacity. These, again, everything smells so good
It
out
does, doesn't it? It really does. And what you get is you get nice food smells when you're cooking, but you don't get that sort of fat haze. You know, sometimes
No.
you're deep or shallow frying.
There's nothing worse, is
really
there?
see it in the atmosphere. I'm not saying our producer is posh, but she referred to these spring rolls as hors d'oeuvres as I took them out.
Deliveries.
There you
She
are.
works on a posh cruise ship sometimes.
She does.
Vegetarian
She
hors
goes to
d'oeuvres
the
are
canapés and the
hers.
cocktails.
So these ones here are the meaty ones, and those ones are on.
And listen to the crispness
so
of
you can
them.
see really beautifully crisp. 8 minutes as well to prepare these, which is incredible. So it means that they are done in a fraction of the time that they would be if they were done in your regular oven. So these are duck spring rolls in here. How is the duck situation?
Not Doris the duck. I haven't missed seeing you and you cooking ducks.
I'll have a veggie.
I'll have a
duck
vegetarian.
one.
Which one do you want?
Duck, please, for me.
Duck
Thank
for you. Duck for
All the
you.
way. These are going to be really hot, though, aren't they? Everybody's spreading the cost with PayPal Paying 3. Remember, you can do that if you buy online. 45.31 on your first of 3 interest-free payments. It
And
really
obviously-
is for everyone.
Yeah, and obviously you can cook from scratch. Obviously you can buy these and perhaps they're out of the freezer and you can cook in here and they just cook to perfection. But if you do get a takeaway one night and you've got some leftovers, the best way to reheat any of this food is in an air fryer. It tastes like it has just been cooked.
Yeah.
Rather than in the microwave, everything goes soggy. In the oven, everything dries out. In an air fryer, it's brilliant for reheating as well. These are delicious.
Really tasty, aren't they? And what they've got is that all over even crisping and browning, which you associate with deep frying. But of course, you're cooking with air, and air has 0 calories, which is wonderful. It's that vortex air frying technology, which is patented to Tower, that gives us these incredible superior results every single time.
There's no soggy bottoms here, but I think there might be some wet faces because you might miss out on getting this. Stock is depleting really quickly.
Wet
For crying.
Oh, right.
Crying because they're crying because
Right.
they've missed out.
Oh. I was like,
They'll
wet
press the
faces.
checkout button and it'll say,
Did you mean
sorry.
wet cheeks?
Wet cheeks.
Yeah,
that's
I think
it.
that's the same.
But then I was worried about which cheeks.
Who knows?
Do check your baskets through. I'm massively busy. Stock-wise, what was the stock?
Nearly 70% now of the stock is sold out.
And that means before we know it, we're going to have more people ordering than stock is available. It's hours until you check that basket through. It might be in your basket, but actually it could be in another 500 people's basket. And if we've only got 5 left, it'll be the first 5 people to check out. So you must please. It will be one of the best things you ever buy. It's a bit like a cordless vacuum. You'll never go back to cordless.
Yeah, once you've had
once you've had an air fryer, you'll think, God, I don't use that big oven. I use this every day.
Yeah, and I don't know what it is about using an air fryer. It is just so much easier. It's so much more straightforward. It is really easy to do, which I think is brilliant. So, if you can't cook, you're going to absolutely love this. If you're a really accomplished cook, I think you're going to really enjoy this as well because it gives you great results. Remember, we're talking about cooking 30% faster, using up to 70% less energy. Just that fact alone, that we can use substantially less energy because we know the energy prices just got up and up.
Yeah.
And the other thing is maybe you've got an air fryer at the moment and you're using it for bits of meals, but then you're still putting the oven on, you're still cooking in the hob, you're still using the microwave. We're talking about creating complete meals in here because not only do we have 2 drawers, what we then also have is the ability to divide each drawer into 2 as well.
So it's like you've got 4 drawers then, in a way.
4 levels.
Absolutely, yeah. So what we're able to do is sit that into there.
Right.
And it means that even if we're not doing 2 different types of food in the same drawer, we're getting better results. You can really see there actually from the front how it divides it for you, still allows that air to flow through, because we'll get better crisping if we have got 2 individual layers of something rather than something piled on top of itself. So whether it's meaning you're able to do more different types of food or get a better result from the types of food that you are preparing, it will do that for you. This sort of stacked style, not stacks, but stacked style of air fryer is brand new. These have only been on the market in the last 6 to 9 months. We've started to see these, and they are brilliant because it's going to take up to 35% less space than before. So it
which
means
is so important in a lot of people's
the
kitchen.
footprint is tiny. It really is. And whether that is because you've got a small kitchen and you need to, you know, you don't want a really large machine out, or maybe you just want to be able to pack this away and store it away. This is taking up less room than a single drawer air fryer, and you've got both drawers.
Such a clever design.
And 11 litres at that as well, which is a really big capacity.
And that chicken,
for any air fryer.
That chicken you did at the beginning of the show, Joe, did you say that was a large chicken?
A large chicken, yes,
Really?
that was. Yeah,
That
hour
happily
and 40
fits in,
minutes. That was meant to cook for. We did it in an hour and 20, and it probably would have had, what, 15, 20 minutes heating up time as well if we'd done it in the oven. So you're saving yourself the best part of 40 minutes there on that job. And that's 40 minutes you're not running the oven, 40 minutes you're not, I don't know, cracking into the biscuit tin, which is the main thing.
And
the danger zone between when the food goes in the oven and when I
true.
eat, that's the bit. I can consume 4 times as many calories in that period as I have for the rest of the day so far.
I love that.
So far.
Do you know the other thing with chicken is sometimes you put it in the oven, don't you? Put tin foil on it, you take the tin foil off, you get it out, you baste it, you put it back in, get it out again and baste it, and you put it back in, put some more water in the base. Whereas you virtually do just put this in, switch the machine on.
Breast
walk away
side
and
down for the first half of cooking for, what, 40 minutes?
Yeah.
I did put a tiny little bit of oil on the outside and some salt, and I flipped it over for the other 40 minutes, and that is it. It's foolproof. If you want to do a medium chicken, you can do that in an hour. So it means that, and you're going to get equally great results for beef, pork, lamb, all of those different
Sunday
things.
dinner used to take all morning, didn't it, to cook? It was a big workup.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, Sunday
Chuck it
dinner,
all in here.
you can have it every day of the week if you wish. Now, this is how we do chips.
Absolutely, yeah. So I want to show you this, how quick and simple it is to do chips. So what I've got here is some potatoes, and I'm just going to give that a little bit of a mix through, which is great. And we're going to do that with some chicken fillets that we've got just here as well. So I'm going to take this over to the machine at the back.
Fabulous.
And we'll get this on. Now,
So versatile.
Now, we're busy on the book as well. Do put that in your basket, check your basket through. It'll only be $6.66 in your basket and gives you loads of inspiration. We'll give you the details just at the bottom of the screen. And the pans we are going to go back to. We've got lots of people as well shopping for the pans. We've got loads of demonstrations. But this is how easy it is to actually start.
Really simple and easy to do. So we've got our fries function. So I've selected basket 2. If these were skinny chips, I would put them on for the 20 minutes. It says they are chunky, so we're going to knock that up to 30 minutes. And then number 1, we will go for, let's press wings and see what that gives us. 20 minutes. 200, that's absolutely great. We want that to all be done at the same time because it's a complete meal we're doing here. So I hit smart finish, then I hit start, and it'll ensure that everything is done and ready for me at precisely the same time, which is exactly what we did with our chicken Kiev. And I love these little baby roast potatoes.
They are delicious. My mum loves these, and again, she's just cooking for herself, but can just cut up a few potatoes. Could do on the same level a chicken Kiev and the potatoes, and could be doing a pudding on the top. Yeah.
So
look at them.
And you can get a bit creative with that. You want to put some paprika in there, a little bit of rosemary. And you know, this is enough potatoes easily for 4 people here. You could do enough potatoes for maybe 6 to 8 people as well, which is fantastic. So you really do have an amazing capacity.
And that is the great thing, because of the way it's designed, you can happily cook for, you know, up to 8 people, but you can just cook for 2. It's on the work surface countertop. It's taking up the same space as if you just had a small single air fryer. But when family and friends come round, you've always got the right capacity for the amount of people that are there. These Kievs are cooked to perfection. So often they have a soggy bottom. No soggy bottoms out of an air fryer. Crispy on the top and the bottom. Oh my word, shall I cut into one of those?
Are you going in? Diving in here?
Oh yeah, you cut into that and show us how great they are.
Let me have a little look at this.
She's straight in. Oh.
I think a chicken Kiev is such an underrated meal. I really do.
Absolutely.
Hayley loves the chicken Kiev.
Yeah, as long as you haven't got any kissing to do later, you'll be all right, because they're very garlicky.
All the juice is right there. Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Very juicy.
Can you just say what you want as it's the middle of the night?
What you like,
you can just get away with anything.
Are you saying I did something wrong?
Well, no.
No.
You always come out.
Just slightly.
You don't know what you've said.
You're oblivious to it, which is why you get away with it.
And we're stood here going, oh.
No idea.
No
what you're
idea.
on.
So
That's
innocent,
delicious.
so lovely. Whereas me and Joe, not so much.
Look at that.
My word,
Oh.
you are loving this machine. It's all about getting that perfect result, that crispness on the outside, that beautifully cooked food on the inside. Whether it's burgers, whether it's spring rolls, whether it's party food, croissants Joe did earlier, and those lovely Danishes.
And you can buy those frozen, and my goodness, put them in the oven. They burn in some spots, they're soggy on the bottom. Put them in an air fryer, and it's like you've been to a patisserie, you know, they taste amazing.
Like a posh bakery.
Vinoiserie even.
Oh, what are
A
it?
vinoiserie.
Oh, what's one of them?
That's that van that we can't say the word.
A vinoiserie even is a bakery that makes the pastries typical to Vienna.
Vinoiserie.
Yeah.
Every day's a learning day.
Vinoiserie.
Absolutely, I've forgotten that already, but
I'm not making it up.
Now you do need to please check your baskets through. Really great to make whatever you would like to create. What you'd normally put into the oven or often onto the hob, but what you'll find is it cooks so much quicker, and that's one of the reasons you'll use it every single day of the week.
Okay.
And what you've got is incredible capacity with this. It has got 2 baskets. You can just use one. You can use both baskets. You can fill one with chips. You can fill one with the whole chicken. You can air fry in here to perfection. You can grill to perfection. So easy. My mum does cheese on toast in the air fryer time and time again. You can roast, you can bake in here. So whether you're doing a starter, a main dessert, whether you're doing a snack for lunchtime, cheese on toast can be a real pain to do under a grill, and it drips everywhere. There's cheese everywhere. My mum now will so quickly and easily do her cheese on toast for lunch in her air fryer.
And that we often talk about air fryers for if you've got kids, I think, and you want to just do some fish fingers.
And because it's so quick,
yeah,
because as soon as you press the button, this is cooking.
Yeah.
Whereas whatever you do in the oven, whether it's the grill or the oven, you have to turn it on. Then you have to leave it, don't you? The oven about 20 minutes before the red light goes off. And you don't want to put it in before the red light goes off because you don't want to get it out and it's not cooked properly, because I'm very... I don't like to have uncooked food.
No.
So you have to wait for the red light to go off. Most things, not everything, but most things are cooked in 20 minutes in your air fryer. So you've cooked it in here before your oven's even said that you can put the food in there.
It's such a great way
And
of
that's
cooking.
great for kids because they're always starving. And rather than opening crisps and eating snacks, their dinner, their fish fingers can be right there.
Cooked and ready to go. Remember, there's no compromise on taste whatsoever.
I think it's tasty.
Using less oil, less energy.
Less space on your work surface area. And honestly, for me, I think there's lots of reasons you'll think I should get an air fryer because of the energy, because it's, you know, it's compact, because it's quick and it's simple. The reason you'll use it every day of the week, and hand on heart, I truly believe this, is because it is super fast, but the food does taste so good. I stopped eating meat because in the big oven, it seems to just dry everything out. And I didn't like the texture of meat anymore. In an air fryer, it seals it on the outside, but then it's so juicy and
flavour.
So if you're like me and Mum and we like it really well cooked, you can cook it all the way through, but it's still juicy and tasty.
It's brilliant, whether it's a whole roast dinner or whether it's just fish fingers for lunch.
A camembert, rubbish in the big oven, amazing out of an air fryer.
Baking as well in there.
Yeah.
And like Joe said, all your regular cookware that you put in your regular oven, if it fits in here, you can put it in here.
And great as well for pizzas, garlic breads and picky foods and picky starters. Sausage rolls, they never heat up well in a microwave, but in an air fryer, it's like you've just bought them from the shop. Danishes, Yorkshire puddings, it's amazing for. Burgers, fish fingers. And you could do, at Christmas, you could do your Christmas pudding, but any of those steamed puddings, the melt in the middle puddings, and fruit's delicious as well. And roast veg, stuffed peppers, mushrooms are delicious in here. Broccoli with a little bit of parmesan on.
Yes, and asparagus.
Asparagus
with
the same, yeah.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Great reviews. Listen to this one. Replace my old air fryer with this beauty. It's a sleek new design with all the tech trimmings. I still have the ability to cook different things at the same time, and it's freed up so much needed space on the worktop for other appliances. Amazing if you're a new parent or you need extra space, because remember, this stacks one on top of the other, so saving you up to 35% on the regular space
And
when
that's
it comes to air fryers.
Great if you have got a smaller kitchen, but actually I think all kitchens, you need that work surface area to do your chopping and do your preparing. And if you've got everything everywhere, you can't do that. This allows you to have a dual air fryer, but taking up so little space. You do need to please check your baskets through. 440910 is your item number. Stock-wise, oh my word, we are approaching our launch stock, and it's only an hour and a half into the show, 3/4
Wow.
of the stock. So a quarter of the stock is left. You desperately need to jump onto our website or onto the phones, however you want to order, and put this into your basket and check your basket through.
Yeah, shopontv.co.uk. There it is. Click on the actual product you want to go for. It's really simple and straightforward. Add it to your basket and check it out. Don't hang around. Like we say, only a quarter of the stock remaining in the business.
And put the cookery book in as well, because that is full of loads of great ideas, and that's just $6.66 in your basket. But we're popping back to our pans, the stock we have left of them. It is a beautiful set, and whether you're buying for yourself or whether you're buying as a gift, makes no odds, because they will go into whatever hob you've got, but they even go into the oven as well.
Now, we've hardly spent any time on these, and 20% of the launch stock is already in baskets and checking through. Remember, price-wise, it's very important that you look for the Tower Smart Start Ultra. These are pretty much the top of the range when it comes to Smart Start.
They're 15 times stronger than your regular non-stick. There's 6 layers of non-stick, which is actually going to allow you to cook, when you've got the right tool for the job, you cook better, you get the job done better, and these are the right tool for any job that you're doing in the kitchen on your hob, because there's no hot or cold spots. The non-stick is amazing. They virtually wipe clean.
The price is brilliant at $84.99. Item number is 846566. We're going to show you lots more demonstrations. Remember, you get all 5 pieces for $84.99 with us. At Tower, $119.99 at Dunelm, $119 at Amazon, just shy of $110. We've got it for $84.99. Or with PayPal Pay in 3, £30.31 on your first of 3 interest-free payments. It is a feature-packed pan set that'll go in the oven as well.
It really is incredible. You've got an 18 centimetre, 20 and 22 centimetre saucepan. You've then got your fry pans, 20 and 24. You've got lids to the 2 larger saucepans, so one of those will go onto the fry pan as well. They will go into the oven. They will go onto whatever hob you've got. It's all about that non-stick and that very clever Smart Start technology that actually tells you when the pan is the right temperature to put the food in. There's your 6 layers of non-stick that make these 15 times stronger than your regular non-stick, and you will really appreciate that when you're cooking, but you'll really appreciate that when you're washing up as well, because they will virtually wipe. No more soaking pans for hours or dreading doing the washing up. You will absolutely love them.
And remember, these are the Smart Start Ultra Forged 5-piece set at $84.99. This is a brilliant price.
$84.99 with a 10-year warranty.
Yes.
That's crazy, isn't it?
That is.
Just need to register it online.
Really
That's
is.
absolutely amazing.
It's incredible. And this Smart Start, it really does take all of the guesswork out. So what you'll see is, how that is much duller now than it is when you are
darker,
looking at it. So let me just show
because it was
you
quite bright and now it's dulled, so now we know it's yes.
So it's a bright red to begin with.
You really can see the difference there and how that has changed. So that means now that I know it's at 200 degrees Celsius and it's the perfect temperature to get that sizzle and that seal. Now, forged aluminium is wonderful for loads of different reasons. Now, aluminium is great because it is the 3rd best conductor of heat behind gold and copper, but it is also relatively lightweight as well at the same time. So even a forged aluminium construction means that it's not going to be like one of those really heavy cast iron pans that are very difficult to move around. It's still going to give you incredible performance. What these pans don't have as well, they've got a real good quality non-stick in that 6 layers. It's also PFOA free, perfluorooctonic acid free. It doesn't have any cadmium and any leads in there either. So
no nasties at all.
Absolutely. So Tower really know what they're doing. You know, Tower over 100 years ago now, they actually started with pressure cookers, so they really know what they're doing in this field. And the great thing about these two is that they are beautiful. So you've got this amazing quality base on here. That means they're going to be suitable for all hob surface, including induction, but this also will heat up to 25% faster, such as the quality of the base of the pan. 4.5mm gauge in the aluminium, so you can see that's going to be really sturdy, really durable. Smart start technology in there as well, but also metal utensil safe, which is wonderful. And it means that the seal and the sear that you're getting on here, the results that you're going to get with these are going to be absolutely incredible. You can see that steak there is browning away absolutely beautifully. Also up to 220 degrees in the oven. So these are a pan set that you're going to be able to use absolutely from the hob to the oven to the table. You can then use them as well if you want to create cakes and breads. Wonderful, nice, heavy bottom pan is great for doing something like rice. If you want to do the absorption method, you measure it out and just leave it on the hob to do its thing. This is a great way to do that. I'm just doing a quick pan of porridge
looking at all
here.
the features there, and we are really busy on these. The price is phenomenal. £84.99 is your deal, and you're splitting that cost over 3 PayPal payments, but you must check your baskets out really quickly. Back to our cooking, because we're cooking up a storm in the kitchen.
All going on.
So what I've
Give
got
me a bit
there,
of porridge.
porridge is done. Let's just turn that down a second.
Porridge and rice can be a nightmare to try and do.
Really can. So our steak here is coming along beautifully. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to, now I've turned the heat down there, just throw a little bit of butter into there, and then we'll put some rosemary into there as well, which is and then that gives you a really...
And that's really easy, but the flavours there, it's amazing when you just put a little bit of butter into a steak at that point.
And then what you can do, now the great
so tasty.
The great thing here with this is that as well, now this is a metal utensil safe pan, so it means that I can take my metal my metal spoon if I want to. I can get in there and I can baste that, which is absolutely brilliant. So I would say use wood, plastic, nylon or silicone, but it's just like a little insurance policy.
Great.
Because often we do grab and you can't find anything, or it's all in the washing up bowl, and you say you grab for that metal spoon. It's not the end of the world at all.
So what I'm going to do,
perfect porridge.
Lovely steaming hot bowl of porridge, right? So we're going to put that in there, but what I'm also now going to do, let's take a little bit more of that out of there. What happens if disaster strikes? So what I'm going to do... What's that from? Is that a good...
Seven.
It's from Strict.
Oh, is it? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn that on to the highest heat now, and we will leave that.
So you're going to try and burn.
I'm going to try and burn it.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because porridge is a nightmare. So let's turn it up. We're going to go full temperature. This is like the ultimate disaster that you could have at home. So whilst that's happening, let's grab...
Leaving us by the disaster. I'm really impressed how even the heat is, because it's bubbling all
Evenly burning all the way around,
It's
isn't
trying
it?
to burn all of it, but we'll see the results, because the non-stick is absolutely incredible.
So we'll leave that to do its thing. Whilst that's doing its thing, let's serve up our steak, because what we now have is our steak done and cooked. So this steak has been in here for about, I don't know, 6 minutes maybe, something like that. Sealed it on a really nice high heat, and then
Look at those juices come in. Oh, wow.
And then we've got that little bit of rosemary there too.
Nice.
Delicious.
What I'm going to do now though is we'll just get rid of the oil and fat that's in there. So let's just turn this hob off. Now, when it comes to cleaning these, a lot of the time with pans, we would clean them using, you know, a wet cloth. Let me show you. That's just dry paper towel.
Obviously, you'd wait for yours to dry, but just for demonstration purposes, look at that. You wouldn't even need to wash that now, but it's virtually clean. Look at that. But you'd always let your pans cool down. But the thing is, what you'll never do is have to soak them for hours and hours
and hours. Absolutely not. Let's just pop that on and we'll get that getting nice and hot. I think it's fair to say that this is...
That looks... I can smell it now.
Now, a minute ago, I could smell the lovely steak, but now I'm just smelling bird. And this can happen, porridge, rice. How many times do you do rice and half of it's ruined on the bottom and you can only eat the top bit, and then you can virtually throw the pan away because you think you soak it, you wash it, you soak it again, you soak it again, because nothing seems to come away.
Still on the heat, look at that.
You've definitely tried to burn that.
Let me show you what happens. I'm just going to...
This really is superior non-stick. Remember, up to 15 times stronger than regular non-sticks. 6 layers. that you've got there in the pan itself. A great gauge to the pan, and they are oven safe as well, up to 200.
I think that's burnt now. Should we turn that off? I think they say it's burnt. So
Smells
smells
let me
really
grab. I
bad.
need something to put this on.
Do you want me to hold something and you can drop it onto it?
I just don't want to burn it.
We're trying to get the bin out. Oh, you're going to put it out the front.
Working it
Right,
out.
Let me just
Right.
grab this. So let me show you
Look.
what happens though, because it is like
Oh, look at that.
It's peeling off.
look,
The
the pan
food's burnt.
just repels that. So no soaking,
Oh,
no
wow.
scrubbing. All I'm going to do is just go in, and I'm just going to take that off of there, which is incredible. So you can see
It just
all
wipes
of that
out.
comes straight out of
Anyone's
there.
worrying about Joe's safety, this is an induction hob.
So when the pan
General safety or-
yeah.
Yes, you leaning over it. They were worried about your busts going on fire like in the film.
Mrs. Stoutfire. What are you going to do, Mrs. Stoutfire? Then?
Let's just take this off the hob here because this has got really hot now. I want to just quickly show you the amount of heat you can get into these if you want to. So if you do want to do something like a stir fry
Oh,
in
gosh,
here,
yeah.
it's absolutely perfect for allowing
Oh, look
you
how
to do
quickly,
that.
I know we've had that on, but look how quickly that heated up. That was incredible.
Really, really fast. It really is. So we're just going to do a really quick stir fry in here. So just some stir fry vegetables straight into there.
Now, massively busy on our pans. Do keep checking your air fryers out, but you do please, whatever you've got in your basket, need to check your baskets through. It's been a fabulous
Great night.
morning in the kitchen. And what a great way to start our kitchen.
The price of these, our usual price, almost £200. So it's better than half price at $84.99.
And I think our first pan set, which we're going back years, I'm sure they're about £350.
Well, if you remember, we used to work for a big pan manufacturer, and one pan, $84.99.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why this is such great value. And don't think these are inferior pans. These are the top of the Smart Start range, that ultra forged that you've got there, up to 15 times stronger than your regular non-stick. And it literally just wipes clean. Fantastic non-stick, amazing bases on these that you get even heat distribution, riveted on handles, and oven safe up to 220 degrees.
And that smart technology even tells you when the pans are ready. You know, the frying pans are ready for you to put your food in. They're at that right temperature. Don't forget, you've got the 2 glass lids as well. The 20 centimetre will go onto the frying pan as well as onto the saucepan. You've got the opportunity to get these delivered to your door. And they will be, I think, one of the best purchases. Every home needs a good set of pans. And if you've got a mishmash of pans, different lids, the handles are falling off, you've got a pan set that goes into the oven up to 220 degrees, so you can bake in here as well, but also will go on to whatever hob. If you're buying these as a present, a wedding gift, a new home present, it doesn't matter what hob they've got. You can't buy the wrong set.
Aren't
They do look stunning,
And
don't they?
220 degrees in the oven, that is really important because a lot of oven-safe cookware, you can't get it up to the kind of temperatures that you need to get it
Yeah,
up to.
it often says oven safe, but then when you look at the temperature,
Absolutely.
you can't really cook much at 140 degrees. You know, not a great deal. You've got to want to whack it up a bit. don't
Yeah,
you?
unless you know you're doing something like a stew, then of course it will be good for that. But you want to be able to cook at much higher temperatures, and these will allow you to do that, which is fantastic. So here we go, we've got a stir fry. So I've just popped some egg noodles into there as well, and then I'm also going to add into here. I've got some teriyaki sauce.
A lot of places actually you can get like a set meal, can't you?
Yeah.
With a stir fry, a noodles and a sauce.
Yeah.
And again,
Yes, yeah, in the
Yeah, in the
supermarkets,
supermarket, and you could do it so when you've got the right pan for the job.
Yeah. And the great thing is that non-stick. You've added it. What sauce was that?
Just a hot teriyaki sauce.
Again,
I've
all
just
these
added
sauces
into
are
there.
normally traditionally really sticky, aren't they?
They really are. But again, really quick and easy to
Yeah,
do. So if you
look
did
at
want to do something like a really
that.
quick fakeaway,
Nice.
you've done
Look
that.
at
And now,
that.
unlike something like a wok, which is, you know, notoriously really hard for you to clean out, these are super simple because we're not having to season it, we're not having to do any of those things, we're not worried about it going rusty.
Look at
It's all
Clean
wipe
again.
out and it is clean and good to go. And that is because you've got a 6-layer non-stick, which is up to 15 times stronger than regular non-stick.
And that means you're not having to soak them for hours. That means that, you know, washing up isn't a real chore because they virtually wipe clean. They do go to the dishwasher, but I would say hand wash them because they will just wipe clean, let them drip dry. You don't need to throw them into the dishwasher and put away back in the cupboard, ready to use. And remember, incredible non-stick. So again, you don't have to use loads and loads of oil in here, so it can be a healthier way of cooking.
The fact you're getting all 5 pieces that you see there, £30.31 on your first of 3 interest-free payments. 846566 is your item number. A brilliant deal for £5 but £84.99. Shop on tv.co.uk 03333 241 241.
And size-wise, remember you've got the actual milk pan at 18 centimetre, you've got a 22 centimetre saucepan, you've got a 20 and 24 centimetre fry pan, 2 glass lids on your saucepans, and one of those lids will go onto the frying pan as well.
Great reviews as well for these. I love my new smart pans. They're helping me save much more time in the kitchen. The anti-stick coating and sturdy steel handle is especially handy, and you can tell it's made from premium quality. I much prefer these pans over the other ones that I had. They also heat up much faster than regular pans, and it's a healthier option because I use less oil too. Also metal utensil safe. I don't have to worry about any scratching that will damage my pan.
And remember, if you are looking elsewhere, a Smart Start Ultra Forged 5-piece cookware set very much is the premium of the Smart Start range, 15 times stronger than a regular non-stick and market-beating price. You can see there, £119.99, £119 and £109.95, but with us, £84.99 with a 10-year warranty for £84.99. You just need to make sure you register that online with Tower.
For this price, £84.99, it's spectacular to get a 5-piece set.
That could be a great wedding gift as well, and they'll think you've spent an absolute fortune. You can see there, normally £200. I think so many of us got mishmash pans, lids that don't fit, handles that are wobbling off, you know, and you think, oh God, and then you put them onto the hob and there's a hot spot and a cold spot, you burn a bit. You have got a pan that when you've got the right tool for the job is so much easier.
Yeah, it really is. I just want to quickly show you as well just how easy things like, you know, scrambled eggs are in here, because it is so quick and easy to do. What you'll see is no oil, no butter, none of that. You're going to just be able to see how quickly that comes together. And that was a dry pan, so no oil or fat in there whatsoever.
And that's because the non-stick is that good.
Absolutely, the non-stick is that great. So it means that, you know, oil is one of the most calorific things we have in our diet. It has over 8,000 calories per litre. So if you really want to reduce the amount of oil you're having, great non-stick cookware is a wonderful way to allow you to do that. And these are not just non-stick frying pans, remember though, because they are oven safe up to 220. It becomes your roasting dishes, your bakeware. You can do all of those different things in there, and that means that that's done in what, under 90 seconds.
I mean, that's and it's perfect.
Of course, I do that a little bit more slowly. I do that a little bit more slowly if I was doing that at home, and I would, you know, pop a bit of butter in there, make them a little bit softer. But again, what you'll see is so quick and easy to do, and it is almost like it's a sort of protective barrier, this non-stick, between the food and the pan, because if you burn the food, you will not burn it onto the pan.
It's a bit like it repels the food. You know, you can burn your food, but it won't burn onto the non-stick, which is so clever,
amazing,
isn't it?
Isn't it? It really is great. And remember, you're getting 3 different saucepans, the 2 lids as well. The smaller of the 2 lids will go onto the smaller of the frying pans as well, so you can move them around. They are just fantastic quality, and forged aluminium really is a cut above a regular standard aluminium pan.
Exactly what these are. It is Smart Start Ultra Forged 5-piece cookware set. So if you are looking for these elsewhere, it's the Ultra set, which is 6 layers of non-stick, 15 times stronger than your regular non-stick. Riveted handles, you've got the tempered glass lids as well. You've got the right size, I think, for every single job. Because they go into the oven up to 220 degrees, you'll use these in so many different ways. And they've got that Smart Start technology when it actually tells you when your frying pans are the right temperature to put your food in. There's nothing worse than putting a steak in and it doesn't sizzle, and it will. They're $84.99 and you have got a 10-year warranty. You just need to register them online with Tower.
It is a Tower special in the kitchen with us here at Shop on TV today. And we've got some brand new products, the pans that you've just seen. But this air fryer, this is the latest innovation when it comes to air fryers, because it is a dual, but it stacks one basket on top of the other.
Oh, it's amazing. Yet it's so compact, so it will go. It's taller rather than wider, so it'll go into a smaller kitchen. It'll still fit under your units, and it's going to allow you to be more versatile. Yeah. Perhaps you've got an air fryer already, but you can't do everything in it because it's not big enough. So you have to put the oven on. You have to use the hob. This allows you to do absolutely all and everything. 2 different baskets, cooking 2 different, completely different foods, but you can even sync finish them. So even though they would cook at a different time, the machine will judge when to cook, turn the second basket on. Yeah. So you can just forget about it and go make some phone calls, do some work, help the kids with their homework, and then all of a sudden, ping, your dinner's done.
And the technology you've got here, even though you've got 2 baskets, you can have 2 layers in each basket.
Yeah.
So you could be cooking 4 different things at once. Like Hayley said, if you want to join the whole machine together, like having a giant air fryer, it's 11 litres in capacity. Joe did a large chicken in 1 basket. If you want to do 2 large chickens, you've got space for it.
Or you could do the chicken in the bottom basket and then do your roast potatoes and your roast veg in the top basket. Honestly, Yorkshire puddings are amazing in an air fryer. But whether you're doing chicken or pork chops or steak or beef or lamb or pigs in blankets, you can do breaded, like we did the chicken Kiev, things that you normally deep fry, but you're cooking in here, getting that deep fry flavour, but you're not using any oil or the tiniest amount of oil. So you get low-fat chips, low-fat roast potatoes. Jacket potatoes are amazing here. They're rubbish in a microwave.
Yeah, they are.
Jacket potatoes. In an air fryer, they're like you used to do them on the bonfire.
Yeah,
they're really crispy on the outside and really fluffy, and the butter just melts in them like you won't believe. Mozzarella sticks and things, potato fries. The technology is so clever, which you're seeing here, that you never get any soggy bottoms. So even if you are just doing a few sort of Chinese starters or something, they crisp all the way around.
Party food, your picky bits as they call it. You get that vortex technology that gives you that crispness all the way through the oven, using less oil as well. So it's a healthier way of cooking to get that crispier, tasty food every single time. 440910 is the item number. And when it comes to a machine like this, it's about the technology and the design and everything they've put into it. And from a company like Tower, who've been around way in excess of 100 years, bringing you latest innovations. We're really lucky to launch lots of products here, aren't we? TV launch.
Absolutely. And if you are thinking about getting an air fryer, yes, definitely be one of the best things you ever buy. But as ever, get a brand that you recognise, get a brand that you know, and Tower are so good at designing products. They think about what we need and what we want at home. So all of a sudden you've got an air fryer that's really compact, so even if it's just 1 or 2 of you, it's the right size to fit into your kitchen, even if it's a smaller kitchen. But when you have friends and family around, perhaps at Easter, at Christmas, all those stuff, you've got enough space to cook for everybody. And you will honestly, you won't use that big oven. You'll use your air fryer every day of the week, and we do every single day of the week. And my mum, who hates change, but when she's now on her own, I'm not putting the big oven on for me for a jacket potato. I'm not putting the big oven on.
So she'll go without it, won't
so
she?
she will go without. Whereas now, and I thought she doesn't like change. She uses her air fryer every single day, and whether she just does a few chips from a proper potato just for her, or whether she puts a jacket potato, whether she does some fish, or whether she does some steak or some meat in there, or some chicken in there, or whether she actually on a cheating day does a ready meal in there.
Because they go in there as well. How many times do you go in the supermarket now and you buy something and it's got the air fryer instructions on it now? Because air fryers have pretty much taken over. They've really revolutionised the way we cook.
And you don't need any special things to put into an air fryer. All your oven dishes will go into the air fryer. Those ready meals, those packages, it will go into the air fryer. We use lots of ramekins. I mean, if you bakeware, perhaps you want to bake some cakes in here. Honestly, you will love that. There's so many reasons you'll love to use your air fryer. I think the main reason is the food just tastes so good.
And there's no compromise on the taste.
But it's super quick. That big oven, How long does it take to heat up? 20 minutes, 25 minutes? Most things, not everything, but most things are cooked in here in 20 minutes. So you're still waiting. Actually, we heard the other day on the radio, we listened to him on the way down actually, in the studio, on the radio, they had someone at home in a kitchen, and then he was in his studio with an air fryer, and they competed to see who cooked the food first.
They were cooking chips, weren't they?
And so in the actual studio, so because this can go anywhere, it just goes on work surface at top. In the studio, their chips were cooked before the people at home could actually even put their chips
them in the oven.
Into the oven, because the oven hadn't heated up.
It's so much quicker. You're saving so much time. You're using less oil or fat. It's $129.99. What a price! 440910. If you're looking on the market, it's usually about £150 everywhere else we found it. So get it with us and use PayPal Pay in 3, 45.30.
But a lot of the stock has already been sold. Lots more in baskets. So please, please, please. We've got just over 30% stock left. Everything else gone. You must check your baskets through. Lots of you still with this in baskets. If you are shopping for this, it will be one of the best things you ever buy. But something that goes alongside it perfectly is this gorgeous book that has so much inspiration.
Yeah, it's a hardback cookbook for a dual basket air fryer. It has great inspiration in there from breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, desserts. You'll absolutely love it. It's a great gift on its own, and it's just $19.99. If you want to get that, you'll find it on the website, shopontv.co.uk, or we'll pop the details on the screen for you.
And remember,
great inspiration.
Yeah, I think lots of us get stuck in a rut, don't we? Do you buy the same food virtually every week, and you have the same meal really on a Monday, and every Friday you always have fish, and it all gets a bit dull, doesn't it? But we've lost our inspiration. We do get stuck in a rut. This book will honestly make you realise you can do so much in an air fryer. And I think for whether it's breakfast or whether it's puddings and desserts, things you'd never think of doing in an air fryer, that book will give you the inspiration, and so easy as well. Honestly, grab that, and it's just $6.66 in your basket with PayPal Pay in 3 if you're buying it alongside your actual machine. Really great to have your company this morning. We've had a busy night. Joe's back with us in the kitchen.
Yeah, Chef Joe's back with us.
Super exciting.
Go to the website and you'll find everything that we've got on the show, shopontv.co.uk. Tower bringing us a great array of products. The fans that we've got actually on the show, if you're looking for a fan, whether it's a pedestal fan, a desk fan, there's a Tower fan.
It's been so hot, hasn't it? Yeah, I love it, a Tower fan from Tower. It's been so hot, and that's what we know. When that temperature goes up, and we are going to have some even hotter days, a fan can make such a difference, but they do tend to disappear when the weather's nice. So grab it now before the real summer comes. I think every home should have one of these, whether it's for you, whether it's for the pets, or whether it's for the kids, cooling you down.
There's a brilliant selection. All on the website, shopontv.co.uk. On our website, we've got over 700,000 products for you to shop for, and we're still getting busier and busier as the show goes on. If you do have anything in the basket, though, and you want to make sure you get hold of it, especially our two lead products that we've got for you, the air fryer or the pans, do check them out.
Look who's here.
Back in the kitchen.
How are you?
It's gone great, thanks. It's lovely to be back.
It's been a great show. Lots of hellos to Joe.
Lots of fans.
Tonight. Lots of people have missed your apron.
I've lost custody of the apron. I am currently locked in a custody battle.
Oh, no!
I'm going to be sending a solicitor's.
Well, we've got a lovely brand.
We'll get T-shirts to save your apron.
There was multiple colours, and they gave me this apron. I don't know what they're insinuating. This colour.
It does.
It's lovely.
Yeah, it does.
So what have we got, Joe?
We, of course, have got this, which is the most amazing vertically stacked dual basket air fryer. So, of course, you know, we started off with single basket air fryers. They were really popular, but the problem with them was that we could only really do one type of food in them.
Yes.
So this is great because what it allows us to do is 2 different meals, 2 different types of food.
Sometimes you'd just do a bit in the air fryer, wouldn't you? And then you'd still have the oven on, or you'd be using the hob as well.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It'd be an addition
And
to
lots
what
of
you were
people
doing.
wanted a bigger air fryer, and this is just such a great design.
It does, and it's giving you 2 completely separate air fryers that will work at independent times and temperatures for you as well. So it means that you can do 2 different jobs in here. This one gets even more clever though, because what we have are these clever little inserts here as well. So you can actually divide this basket in 2 as well. And that means that we could be doing, if we want to do salmon on the top and our vegetables underneath, if we were doing a smaller amount. So you can do 4 different foods in this one.
So it
at
like
the same
doubles
time.
your space in a way, doesn't it? Like turns it into 4 different air fryers.
And you say about that cooking, it means that you get even cooking, even if you really stack it up.
Of course, yeah, absolutely it does. And then what it then means we're able to do, of course, as well, is in here what I've done is I've then done our salmon in here as well. So
Salmon can be so difficult to cook.
Let me just grab
And
out of there.
in an air fryer,
You can see how well cooked it is. Yeah.
so well.
Let me just grab a
Perfectly
fork.
cooked. I mean, how tricky it is to cook fish for me on a hob. I cannot cook fish.
Absolutely, but you see here really
That's just how I like salmon cooked.
I mean, and we've left that in there a little while. That was cooked, a little while back now, but we've just allowed that to continue doing its thing. And again, it's actually breaking up that it's so beautifully cooked. So let's pop that down and off on.
And that's so easy. That whole dinner, your whole dinner's done. You could have been doing some roast potatoes at the same
taken
time.
care of in there, which is amazing. When it comes to this as well, great quality non-stick in here. So what you can do with that, wash that up by hand, a little bit of warm soapy water. I tend to just wipe it out a lot of the time when I'm cooking it. Every few uses, maybe then I'll give it a proper clean, which is great. The thing with this, of course, is that this style, what that means is that you are going to take up 35% less space
So clever,
on your
isn't it?
worktop. So, and this is a 11-litre capacity. It's a really big capacity. It's actually taking up less worktop space than a single door air fryer.
My mum's single dual air fryer is wider. Is much wider than that.
Absolutely.
And so she's, limited on what she can do in there, but she uses it every single day of the week. So even if you're just one person on your own or you're just a couple, go for this because it allows you to do so much more. It's more versatile, but at the same time, you can just cook for 1, you can just cook for 2, or you can actually cook for the whole family.
Oh, a nice kebab.
I love that kebab.
2 a.m. on a Wednesday morning.
Our
Delicious.
usual diet.
Let's put that into here. I'm just going to pop this on now. I am just going to use one of these. I'm going to give this a little wipe because I know I've got my mucky
greasy paws.
There we are. So let's just again show you. So all we're going to do is turn the machine on. Now you have 2 different buttons here, 1 and 2 on the side there. So this of course selects the first drawer, this one selects the second. We're going to go 1. Now what I love about this is it actually has different preset functions for different food types. So if you are cooking fries or wings, steak, veg, if you're baking in here, you've got preset functions. We're going to go DIY, which allows you then to select the time and temperature yourself. So I can adjust this, it's our manual mode here, up to 60 minutes, all the way up to 200 degrees Celsius as well. So we're going to put these on for 18 minutes, we'll put it on 200, and we'll go in there. What you can actually do with this as well, say you start using one drawer, and then after a few minutes you think, actually I'm going to throw something else in the other drawer. You can then come back and program the other drawer separately. So they work completely independently of each other, which is brilliant. But if you do want them to sort of link up, what you can then do is hit that smart finish, and that will ensure that both baskets, no matter what time, temperature or function they're on, they will both be done together at the same time for you.
I love that. That's great. Because that's something I'm absolutely rubbish at. I'll put something in the oven, forget what time did I put it in the oven? Or when do I need to start the stuff on the hob?
Yeah.
And then I think, well, I'll start the stuff on the hob now, and then you've overcooked your veg on the hob, and you go to the oven and the meat's still not cooked, and you want it all cooked at the same. You don't want the meat dried out, you don't want the veg overcooked, and you won't because it sets it so it all finishes at the right time. Oh wow, what have we got here?
So what I've done here is show you. We've just done some macaroni cheese in here. Now this is just a really lovely example of if you do have stuff. It's lovely to be able to cook from scratch all the time. But if you do have something that is, shop bought, that's pre-done, that is, as long as it's in oven-safe packaging. So if it says that you can cook it in the oven on the packaging, then you can absolutely cook it in your air fryer. Now, if you don't have air frying instructions on your packaging.
Yeah.
My tip for you is take 20 degrees off. So if it says 180 in your regular oven fan, same time, but 160 in your air fryer. Because it sort of, remember when we went from regular oven to fan assisted oven, how things browned and they cook quicker?
Temperature.
Absolutely. Well, then this allows you to do that as well. But this is what you can see is look at how it crisps, and this is what I'm talking about. You know, the crispiness that you get from an air fryer. I mean,
and that adds the flavour, doesn't it?
it is absolutely
look at that.
unrivaled. I mean, that is delicious. And again, this takes 25 minutes. So if your oven is going to take 15 minutes for that to heat up, then this is going to be done in, what, 5 minutes more. There's so many things that you could be eating whilst you'd still be preheating.
It's so true, that, Joe. And that's the kids, that's stopping the kids snacking, it's stopping you snacking, because all of a sudden your food is cooked so quickly, you're sat down at the table eating it, and that looks delicious.
And this is cheese, it's got bacon in there as well, this one particularly has got bacon in there
Has
too.
it?
Lovely bacon.
Yeah.
Tasty, tasty, added extras. Now, have I got a fork?
spoon?
Yeah, please.
going
Fork,
in?
spoon, whatever you've got.
Very hot, Hayley.
Yeah.
Thank you very much
Smoking.
indeed. Cheers.
But again, really quick and easy to do. And again, if you wanted to make your own from scratch, which of course I would do at home if I had more time, then what you can do
Oh, it smells amazing.
all of your oven-safe bakeware you already have is completely safe to use
Let
in
me
here.
in,
So
let me
glass,
in.
earthenware, silicone. You can buy the foil trays. You can even buy, you know, air fryer liners as well if you want to. That will go into there like little caddies as well that you can use. So
I mean, we cook often from scratch, but we do often have, you know, a quick
For
meal.
convenience, if you're working,
Or
you know.
definitely lots of quick
Absolutely.
puddings, and the meal deals we often buy.
Yeah.
Brilliant in here.
dining for two, which
That's
I've never
it.
eaten to myself.
Oh, hang on, let me get my little violin out.
Yeah.
It
That
is
is
about
delicious.
convenience, but it's about variety of food, isn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
I think it makes you cook
is,
more.
And it will. It's going to do everything your big oven will do, and of course so much more for you. So let's just leave that there to do its thing. I've got some chippies coming out in a second, but before we do that, let's get something else on the go.
Yeah.
Cooking,
because we are going to do
Oh, we got
a steak in here. Now this is a
Look at
really-
that.
This is a whopper of a steak,
Isn't
this
it?
one.
Now, my sister-in-law, Sean's sister, they do everything in their air
do.
fryer. And she'll happily cook like 4 different meals.
Yeah, for
because she'll do
everyone.
a steak. Well, do you want a steak?
Yeah.
She'll do a steak for Sean.
course.
She'll do some fish for me, a bit of fish for her. And she absolutely loves
And she
it.
does
And
it really easily.
and she's cooking for so many people and so many different things.
Of course, and the great thing about this is that you can do that. It's such a fast, quick and effective way of cooking. So let's do our steak in here. Now, granted, I wouldn't normally cook a steak in an oven if this was a regular oven. However, the way in which the air fryer seals the meat, because of that vortex technology which Tower brings us, means it will seal this on the outside and it will then help to lock in that moisture and that succulence. So we're going to do this, again, 2 very different times here,
Yeah,
but we're going to
very.
program the machine to do both of them at the same time. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a wipe for you as well, so you don't get mucky paws all over it again. So let's turn the machine on. So drawer 1, which is our top drawer, we've got our steak. We have a steak function, so it's going to say 200 degrees. Now let's just check the timings. I'm going to take that up because that is a really thick, chunky piece of steak. So we're going to go all the way up to, we're going to go 18 minutes there on that, so an extra 5 minutes. And then in the bottom I've got veg, so let's press 2 and then hit veg. And then what we've got is 190, 10 minutes. It's baby corn, so I'm going to take it up slightly. Now, what I want again is I want the whole thing to finish at the same time. So I hit smart finish and I hit start, and you'll see it's holding the basket here on the right.
So
which
it's
is the
not
second
starting that
basket.
one yet.
So it isn't going to start that until once this side gets to 12 minutes, then it will turn the other
Isn't that
side on.
clever?
Now the steak will need turning over.
Okay.
The machine will beep at us to let us know when it's time to do that
Brilliant.
as well. So you don't even need to know when to turn your food
Great.
over or when to shake your food. It does all of that
If
for
the
you.
phone rings, the kids want some help with the homework, and you've forgotten what
Absolutely
time it is, doesn't matter,
foolproof.
does it?
It really is.
Yeah,
it's such a
brilliant.
great, quick, easy, convenient way of cooking. If you're nervous about air frying as well, what I would say is, of course, great cookbook for you on the show, but go and have a little look. If you're on something like Facebook, just put Air Frying UK into Facebook. There's communities with hundreds of thousands of people, not only sharing recipes, but sharing ideas and hints and tips. You can always message me as well on social media. I'm not very good with Facebook, but I am on Instagram, so you can find me there at That Crafty Chef. I will always, at That Crafty Chef, so I'll always answer any questions that you've got there as well. But it is easy, it's straightforward, and I think this technology has been around for a long time now. This style of air fryer has actually been around since 2012, so a really long time, and it isn't going anywhere. And I think because of the results it gives us, but because it's fast, it is effective, and it's also really energy efficient. This is going to use up to 70% less energy than cooking in a regular oven.
And it tastes so good, honestly. There
no
isn't
compromise on taste.
Especially if you're cooking meats and things. And there's loads of things I'm rubbish at in the oven, and I think the oven cooks differently. Like a camembert, I always get it out the oven, it feels like it's been in there forever and it's still got lumps in it.
Yeah.
Whereas you can throw it into the air fryer and it's done to perfection.
Camembert in the air fryer is delightful.
Oh,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, camembert, it is absolutely delicious. But then it's great as well for things, you've got like a pizza oven here, it'll do the best pizzas and garlic breads because you never get any soggy bottoms. Whereas so many things in the oven, you do get a soggy bottom when you do things like that, or they never crisp properly. You know, starters and things.
All that picky food.
Even heating up sausage rolls and things. The microwave is rubbish at heating up sausage rolls. Or doing jacket potatoes in a microwave, rubbish. But in an air fryer, beautiful.
Really, really fantastic. And again, the great thing is, because of the way it works, so you've got the crisper plate in the base of here, what it means is that it allows the airflow, the vortex of hot air, to pass underneath the food as well as around it, and what that means is that you get really lovely 360 degree crisping and browning, which is what we are after. So that is our chips that we've done in there.
And low fat chips. Can you imagine? Because potatoes aren't unhealthy. They say have a jacket potato is good for you.
Yeah.
But it's a chip, it's the amount of oil you put with a chip that adds on all those calories, whereas now you've got a low fat chip. How great is it? Low fat roast potatoes.
And are they chicken?
Chicken, yeah. So these are some sort of chicken goujons that I've done here. So you'll see when I open these up, really
look how
succulent
good
and tender
they look.
still, really cooked all the way.
And they can be homemade, they can be bought, they could be fish fingers, they could be a chicken Kiev.
And beautifully crisp on the outside, but perfectly cooked on the inside.
Doesn't dry things out
as well.
on the inside, does it?
No.
So even if you're doing like a joint to meat, well, have a look. Do a chicken. We've done so much food, a whole chicken, and I always say do a chicken first, because I think once you taste that chicken out of an air fryer, you'll think, oh God, I get it. It's like that rotisserie chicken that you can never do at home in the proper oven, and you get that gorgeous crispy outside, but the meat inside is so, it doesn't dry chicken out, where the big oven always dries chicken out.
And when you look at just some of the variety of food there, Joe did a great sticky toffee pudding. Look at that. Home baking, it's going to be brilliant for. Anything that you want to cook that you normally cook in your regular oven, you can cook in here.
Yeah, you can, and more as well. You know, you replace deep fat frying. Deep fat frying is, you know, whilst it's tasty, you're going to get as good a results, I believe, in here. And deep fat frying is still one of the UK's leading causes of domestic kitchen fires, chip pans, so unsafe. But it's the smell, isn't it?
It
you know,
is.
It gets in
you
your
can
carpet
virtually
and
see
hair.
the grease, can't you? On
and
the
if you've got a deep
tiles
fat fryer and you can't smell it, you've gone nosebleed. Because everyone else that comes in your house can smell it.
But the great thing is, you've got the taste that it's been deep fried, but you just haven't used all that oil. I can't believe sweet potatoes, if you've tried to do them in a regular oven, they're always still soggy. They're never, you know, you try and do a sweet potato sort of chip and they always go soggy. In the air fryer, they actually go crispy.
They do, and the brilliant thing is that, you know, air fried chips are around 3 to 5% fat. Deep fried chips are around 25 to 30% fat. So, you know, you think about a chip that you might get from the chippy, or you might deep fry yourself. You know, almost a third of that could be fat and oil alone. So, and oil, of course, over 8,000 calories per litre. Whether you're using the best quality or the worst quality, it doesn't matter.
Frightening,
It's
isn't
all
it?
the same calorific
And the other
value.
thing with things like spring rolls, the spring rolls you did, they were crispy and lovely on the outside, but you bit into them and tasted the food. You didn't taste the fat, because often,
So often when you have a
if it's
takeaway, you
deep
do.
fried,
Don't you? Really greasy.
it's got all the oil that comes through. Honestly, you're absolutely loving this machine. New today. If you've got it in a basket, it is time to check your basket out. It's a machine that's feature packed with that latest innovation, because it's got that stacking system, isn't it?
Very clever. It takes up 35% less counter space because it is more compact, but it stacks upwards. So you've got this great capacity, 100 litres in total, 2 5.5 litre baskets. But then that basket you can split in half. So then it's like you've got 4 baskets. You can honestly do a whole meal at once. If you've had an air fryer before and you couldn't fit everything in it, you're still putting some things in the oven, you're still doing some things on the hob. This actually will allow you to do that whole dinner all at the same time, even cooking, you know, different foods for different people. And if you've got different cooking ways, perhaps you're baking in one, you're roasting in the other, and it's different times, because you can air fry, you can grill, and it grills just beautifully, even if it's just cheese on toast. You can do your roast and you can bake. So you could be doing 2 completely different things at different times. Press the sort of the sync button, and it will actually make sure that even though one thing's only going to take 10 minutes and one's going to take 18, it will hold one basket until it's time to switch it on, so they both finish at the same time. You'll never have something overcooked in the oven while you're still doing the veg on the hob. It will make sure it's all cooked to perfection.
And it really is that gorgeous taste. And it comes from Tower, a brand that we all know.
It'll be one of the best things you buy, won't
Yeah.
it? It's a bit like a cordless vacuum. I bet that's one of the best things you bought, and you'll never go back to a corded vacuum. This will be one of the best things you buy for your kitchen, and you'll use it every day because it is so quick. You know, your big oven hasn't even heated up, and you've cooked it in here, but you'll also use it because the food tastes so good. It's so convenient. It's so easy.
And you will become quite preachy about your
Yeah.
air fryer and telling everyone how great the air fryer is, what you did in the air fryer, because you can pretty much do, like we said,
Yeah,
everything you do in your regular oven, and it also replaces that deep fat fryer, and it's a healthier way of cooking, and it's not costing you as much because it cooks so much quicker. There's no heat up time. If you want to go for this, 440910, and if you're one of those people who, I can't be bothered for myself, the brilliant thing with this is, because it's so easy, you chuck it in and you can cook your whole dinner in there.
My mum's like, I'm not putting the big oven on for a jacket potato for me. What a waste. I'm not going to heat that big oven up just for... So she'd go without. Whereas I got her an air fryer, and I thought she doesn't like change. She perhaps won't use it. She uses it every day of the week for exactly that reason. And her air fryer is a single air fryer. It's bigger, it's wider than the air fryer you're buying today. So this, whether you're a single person, you know, if there's just 2 of you, or whether you've got a family of 8, this is the air fryer to go for. It makes it so versatile having 2 baskets. It allows you to do so many different things, but this again is a step ahead. Tara's so good at thinking of other things, and now you can actually split the baskets into 2 different layers. So it's like you've got 4
layers of
different
cooking.
areas of
4
cooking.
different types of cooking.
So even if you've got a
want to.
fussy family, and perhaps you and your husband are going to have, you know, fish and chips, but the kids, they want, I don't know, they want a burger.
And some wedges.
Yeah,
you
so
can
you
do it
could
all
do
at
it
the same
all
time.
at the same time, walk away and leave it. It is your helping hand in your kitchen, but the food, honestly, tastes so much better out of an air fryer. We always now, if we do a bacon sandwich, we don't do it in a frying pan. We don't put the grill on in the oven. We put it in the air fryer. It's quick, it's easy, there's hardly any mess.
And it
cleans
doesn't
up like
spit
you ever
everywhere. Yeah, it's crispy.
Whatever
it's
you're doing.
beautifully
My
finished.
mum loves cheese on toast, but she'd never do it for herself because she'd have to put the big grill on. Whenever she fancies it, cheese on toast out of the air fryer. And if you like pastries and things, get the frozen ones, put them in the freezer. In a big oven, they always burn in some spots and then they're soggy on the bottom. In an air fryer, it's like you've just bought them from the patisserie. They taste just amazing, and they're just perfect.
That bacon and cheese turnover we had, croissants. So from breakfast to lunch, so things like fish fingers for the kids.
Great as well for reheating. So if you have a takeaway, perhaps you had a takeaway tonight and you've got some food left over.
Any kind of takeaway.
Yeah.
Chinese, Indian, pizzas.
Microwave's rubbish at reheating, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just all soggy and it's hot, but you're like, but honestly, an air fryer, even if you're reheating pizza and things, just Beautiful.
Absolutely
But
brilliant.
Chinese starters, it reheats things brilliantly.
So 440910 is your item number. Remember, price-wise, you'll be paying, well, elsewhere, around about £150 elsewhere. We found it. 440910 is our item number, and our price is £129.99. So £20 saving across Tower Housewares, Dunelm, Curry's, a brilliant price.
And this is why we're so busy.
910 is that item
You
number.
do need to check your baskets out. So many of you got these in baskets. Please check your basket through. Otherwise, sadly, this is a launch special price. And my goodness, we've had a really, really busy show. Lots of people saying it's great to have Joe back in the kitchen, and we're super pleased to have Joe back with us. With the air fryer, and that was Bridget actually that just
hi,
emailed in a
Bridget.
minute ago.
Sent a lovely email
good
for Joe.
morning. But we've also got our amazing pan set, and this really is value for money is phenomenal, because this is like the superior range, the premium range.
It's the top of the Smart Start range. It really is, because it's got 15 times, you can see on the box there, up to 15 times stronger on the non-stick, and 6 layers of build in these pans. Price-wise, again, we've got a brilliant price for you. Tower bring us great launches and great prices. At Tower Housewares, this pan set £119.99. At Dunelm, £119. At Amazon, almost £110. With us, it's £84.99.
I can't believe that for a whole pan set.
5
Saucepan
pieces.
fry pans, you've got the lids there as well. It comes with a 10-year warranty. Register it online. So that's crazy, isn't it? That works out nothing a month, does it? 71 pence a month for 10 years. And honestly, just beautifully, beautifully made. You've got really good sizes of saucepan and frying pan. That non-stick is phenomenal. It's virtually wipe clean, but it's also got smart or start technology. So it actually tells you when your pan is at the right temperature to put your food in. So how often do you ruin a steak because it's not hot enough to start searing it, and then you take it back out again? It tells you when to put it in.
There's the layers that have gone in to the Smart Start pans for you. Remember, these are ultra forged. You don't even have to use any oil or fat if you don't want to. Any hob type, from gas, electric, ceramic, halogen, induction hobs, Argas, Rayburns, they won't bend or buckle. They've got an amazing handle on there as well that goes in the oven. The whole pan, apart from the lids, goes into the oven up to 220 degrees.
Joe's been trying to burn in those pans, and honestly, it's like it repels the food. The food burns, but it just wipes off the pan. That non-stick is incredible. Check it all out on our website. Got lots of the other items available on our website as well. We've had some very, very hot days, haven't we? We've got some great little fans, and we've got a fan for every situation. This is like a desk fan, which you're going to find so handy. £44.99 is your price there. Really nice looking as well. And if you are going to have it out on a desk, or perhaps you're going to have it just on the table by where you sit when you're watching your movies and things, and it's just so hot in the living room, it's a really nice looking fan. And this weather, they're just saying it's going to get hotter and hotter. Every home, I think, needs a fan.
We've got a great selection on there for you. You'll find everything always on the website, the live show, but you'll also find over 700,000 products. So whatever you're shopping for, even if you think we probably won't have it, pop it in the search engine. You might be amazed. Lots of books available on there. We've got a great recipe book on the show tonight that I'm going to show you in a moment.
And don't forget as well, if you're, perhaps you're buying a few things, as long as you spend over £30 on our website, you'll be able to use PayPal Pay in 3 and split that cost. So if you're putting, hello Joe, if you're putting this into your basket with your air fryer, you can then split the cost of this over those 3 payments. And it's been written for a dual air fryer, which is exactly what we're selling tonight. And it gives you so much inspiration, whether it's starters, mains, desserts.
You've got gorgeous desserts.
Lovely. We've done so many of these, haven't we? We love it.
Things that you wouldn't think you're going to do in the air fryer, well, you can. The inspiration from this book, it's a hard copy book, it's a hardcover, and it's just $19.99. 997083. If you're going for the air fryer, it's just $6.66 extra in your PayPal.
I like a hardback cookery book.
Proper
it's a nice big
I don't know, something I don't know, you just feel very professional. Doesn't matter if you've got sticky fingers. Oh my word, I've never seen one as big as that before.
Way!
Way, look at these. Oh, this looks good. Oh,
This is a proper
Now-
takeaway.
we make these from scratch, don't we?
yeah,
And they
that
are
looks tasty.
delicious.
And they're so quick and easy to do. So we've got some really lovely flatbreads here. I've got a little bit of Greek yogurt on the bottom of these as well. And then what I'm going to do is I've got a little bit of chili sauce. I'll just put the chili sauce on one just in case. And then just a little bit of chili sauce just on there as well.
Isn't it amazing? When you're air frying, you've cooked so many things in these. There's not a heavy food smell, but as soon as you get the food out, it smells amazing.
It's that
doesn't
real
it?
enticing food smell.
It's a really lovely way of cooking as well. And I think if you don't, if you don't have outside space, this is a great way of being able to replicate that
Yeah.
barbecue style of food that you want to be preparing, all of those kind of things that you want to eat over the summer, lighter meals, grilling meats, fish, vegetables. It's all fantastic to do in an air fryer. And this is fantastic because it's going to give you double the options when it comes to using it.
And when we look... Go on,
Sorry, I was going to say, I've got a friend who, you'll go to a barbecue, but she'll air fry it first and then put it on the
And then put it
barbie
on the barbecue.
just before everybody
Absolutely.
arrives,
cooked
because
properly.
it's nice, quick and easy.
And when we look at this machine, we'll get Joe to talk you around the machine again, but everything from party food to main courses to vegetables and to quick lunches, you'll do it all in here, won't you, Joe?
You absolutely can. And the other great thing is it's going to do absolutely everything that your big oven will do for you and then so much more. I'll just quickly show you again. So we're doing the same job twice here, essentially, if we're not programming two different ones. So what you have is that ability to have the the smart finish, or you've got the match cook as well. So with the match cook selected, it means that I can just program the temperature and the time here on the side. So if I add into that, sorry, let me just turn that off and turn that on again. So if we program side 1, we're going to be able to add time and temperature. So I want to hit DIY and then I can add the time and the temperature. So these are going to be done in about 10 minutes. But as soon as I hit match cook, then it's going to
it instantly doubles
mirrors it on both sides.
Yeah,
So
I've got
it
to
means
do
that-
it for both.
Yeah, I haven't then got to go through the effort of then resetting it again on that side. It just does it for both sides at the same time.
Amazing.
We've got 55 minutes left on our steak and our baby corn at the back there as
Not
well.
Not 55 minutes.
Is that what I said?
We haven't got
Yeah.
55 minutes left.
That's
You haven't
going to
got
be a
55
very
minutes.
well-cooked steak.
50,
we go with
55 seconds. This is the latest I've been up in about a year and a half.
Yeah.
So
I was like that. Have we got
normally in bed
55
for
minutes
hours,
left?
man.
We're not going to see that, are we?
I'm in bed by about 10 o'clock these
That'd be
days.
very well done.
don't. Oh, boy, we've kept you really late.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll never be the same again. We're
I'll
not.
sleep for days after.
I'm hugely busy. Check your baskets through. We've got around about 35 minutes left. Have we got stock for 35 minutes? Well, there's so many in baskets. Please check that basket through. It will be one of the best things you buy. 80% of the stock has gone, but so many still in those baskets.
Yep.
Check your basket out and just get this home and enjoy it, because it actually makes cooking so easy, so quick, so tasty, so healthy. And remember, most things cooked in here in 20
Sizzling,
minutes,
sizzling.
whereas your main oven, that hasn't even heated up in 20 minutes to put the food in. And your steak doesn't take 55 minutes. Look at that.
That's like a
Did we
joint
put
of
that on
meat.
for 16 minutes? How long did we put that on?
It's a really lovely thick cut piece of sirloin that I put it on for 18 minutes. 'cause
18?
It is,
It looks
quite
perfect,
massive. So
doesn't it?
what we'll do is going to leave that to cool. We're going to leave that just to rest for 5 or 6 minutes, of course, before we cut into that. The reason why we let meat rest. So if you've been to like in a really warm bath or I don't know, jacuzzi or something like that,
Yeah.
and you get out and it's cold, as you get out you go, ooh, ooh, and you're really tense, aren't you?
Yeah.
And then after a moment of being out of the bath, you then like, oh, it's not too bad, you
We're
relax
relaxing
again.
the meat.
Your meat's the same.
Ah,
Yeah. You
That's
know when you
made
meat
it
when
makes
it's-
I've never understood why you did it, and now
Yeah.
I understand. Because I'm like that when you get out
don't
of a
want
hot
your
bath.
meat when it's what? You want
Yeah.
it when it's... There you go. Exact. That's perfect
It makes
pictorial
complete
experience.
sense.
It does, doesn't
now.
it?
Yeah.
That's the scientific reason
I will rest
behind
my meat now.
making sure your meat is well rested.
My
So,
meat's like that. I don't fancy that. I want it that. I'm going to have a corn.
We're going to rest it for 5 minutes.
Have we got
Whilst
5
we're doing that, well, I think we've got 5 minutes. We are going
What
to
are we
get
doing now?
something else on the go.
Oh.
So, I've got these here, and I love these. Again, though, they are
They're
quite
good.
fatty. So,
The little baby
what are they?
corn.
Little baby corn, yes, aren't they?
Because
Really
they
tasty.
sometimes are a bit disappointing, aren't they? You try and cook them and you think, if you boil them and things and they just don't put in out of an air fryer,
That
lovely.
looks like charred. It looks really
Lovely.
Absolutely
So,
does.
what's
So
next, Joel?
in here, I've got some veggies. So we're going to put some veggies into there, and then I love these. These are lamb leg steaks. They're sort of like a lamb burger, but they're made of lamb.
Interesting.
the steak shaped.
They're a steak shape, yeah.
Where have you been shopping today?
These were meant to be done in our pan, but
Oh,
we're at that
okay.
point of the evening where we've run out of demonstrations for our air fryer, so we're going to go a bit off piece.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely, we are
You
indeed.
can virtually air fry everything you'd put into the oven, or a majority of things that you do on the hob as well.
Absolutely, you can. So we're going to pop these in here. So we're going to go with our lamb leg steaks in the top and our veggies in the bottom. Let me just open that up for you again. So what you'll see is in here how you've got those two completely separate elements. So these are two completely divided separate chambers. So if you want to cook something sweet in the top and savoury in the bottom, you can do that. Maybe you want to do vegetarian in one side, keep one side
That's a
for
great
meat
idea.
eaters.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. And what it means is you can do absolutely everything that you want to do. So maybe you've always loved the idea of having something like a double oven because it means that you can get perfect time and perfect temperatures.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time what we do, especially if we're cooking, you know, multiple prepared dishes, so you like that mac and cheese that we did earlier, if something's meant to be on 200, something on 160, you sort of go 180 and then you sort of hedge your bets somewhere in the middle. I mean,
And
nothing's
nothing's cooked
cooking.
right.
at the right temperature. Yeah, absolutely. With this, you're not going to do that. So let's go, we'll go for a steak function on number 1, because it's a meat, so it's going to be around the same time. 13 minutes is about right. And then on number 2, we are going to go veg, which is 190 for 10 minutes. We want to get that a little bit more than that, so we're going to go up to 20 here. Again, remember, I hit the smart finish button, and that will ensure that everything is done and ready together at the same time.
I love that.
And we've got to remind you, this is a stacking air fryer, so it reduces on the space that you use on your counter. But even though it's tall, it's still going to fit under the
And they've
the top
designed
cabinet.
it, no, so it's actually slimmer than a single air fryer, but you've got so much more space in it. That steak looks rested.
It is
I think
perfect.
it's
Let's
ready.
put a little bit of salt on that as well. So
Are you
let's-
ready, little steak? We're going to
Let's
cut you
cut
up
it.
now. Look at
This is
that.
what you'll see is.
Oh,
I mean,
and
look
that
at
is
that.
cooked to perfection.
Absolutely perfectly cooked, isn't it?
Oh, that is cooked
I'll have a taste of
so,
that.
so well.
Do you want me
And
to
that's
cut
the
a bit?
thing. I went off meat because I felt that
Thank you.
oven meat always is so dried out.
Absolutely.
And the texture's also dry, and I feel like you've got to put a sauce with everything. You've got to put some gravy with everything. But when you air fry, it seals it on the outside, and it's still so juicy
It is.
and so succulent on the inside. So honestly, whether you're doing steak or whether you're
look.
doing lamb or whether you're doing
Great, isn't it?
pork,
It's really well cooked.
I can't get those results in the big oven.
Absolutely, and the thing is, I think sometimes we think that because it's an air fryer, surely air is going to dry food out, but it doesn't, because it's the vortex technology, and what that's doing, it's enveloping your food in that hot air. You're getting that instant heat as well, so it's really helping to seal the meat properly on the outside, which is the reason why you get these incredible results. And you know, I don't think you would attempt to do a regular steak in a regular oven. With this, what you're getting though is maximum crunch as well. And of course, you're saving time, you're saving energy, and you're saving money, which we love.
It's
And you
such
can save
clever technology,
so
that,
much
isn't it?
time. It is. The results are amazing, and you'll use it every day of the week because the food does taste, I just think, so much better out of an air fryer. But you'll use it because you are cooking so much faster. As soon as you turn this on, that vortex energy is cooking your food, whereas a big oven, you've got to turn that on for 20 minutes or so before the red light goes off and it's the right temperature for you to put the food in. Whereas as soon as you switch this on, so a lot of food, not everything, but most things are cooked in an air fryer in 20 minutes, and your big oven still hasn't said you can put your food in yet
Yeah,
because it's
absolutely.
still heating up and you're wasting all that energy.
You are indeed, and you know, air frying is around to stay. This style of air fryer, the drawer style air fryer, has been around since 2012. So it's not something that's going anywhere. You know, people are evangelical about their air fryers, and for good reason. You know, it saves you time. We're talking about cooking up to 30% faster, but no preheating with this whatsoever for anything. Even with the steak goes in from a cold start, which kind of goes against everything we know about cooking a steak, doesn't it?
But look at it.
But again, it's beautifully cooked. You're getting a great result. This is brilliant because you're enabling us to do 2 different things at 2 different times. The other thing is, well, up to 70% less energy, up to 99% less oil too. And with this one now, it's taking up 35% less space than previous types of air fryers were. So it is brilliant. It's an incredible piece of kit.
And if we just go to the basics of chips, and you're cooking your chips with less oil, so much less, isn't it? Because it is just a teaspoon.
Well,
a tablespoon of oil.
A potato's not fattening. We say have a jacket potato, it's good for you. But a potato ends up being unhealthy when you soak it in loads of oil, which is what we'd normally do with chips. So a chip shop chip could be how much % fat?
25 to 30% studies have shown, so could be almost a third oil alone. So,
and what about an air fry chip?
3 to 5% fat.
So it's a low-fat chip?
Anything that's less than 5% fat is considered low fat.
Yeah.
So chips are low fat, which is wonderful.
Roast potatoes not soaking
but
in oil.
still really tasty. I mean, these chips that you've done down
they
here,
taste like chip shop chips.
Look at them. They're like homemade, gorgeous
They could be a
chips,
newspaper, couldn't they? And you think you bought it from the chip shop.
Yeah.
But and the lovely thing is, and we do this all the time, you'll cook chips from scratch. You'll just cut up a potato, put a tiny bit of oil in it, throw it in there, whether you're cooking for 1 or 8.
Absolutely,
so much
and it will take care of it for you. And the other thing as well is it doesn't matter if you really can't cook, because all you're doing with this is selecting time and temperature, or even just selecting the mode as well, because remember you've got those preset modes on here for different food types as well, which
There's
not all
6
machines
of those,
have.
which makes it so easy. You can bake, fry, wings, steak, veg, and then of course you've got your DIY, your manual setting where you can change the time and temperature. And even if you're doing completely different things in each basket, you can press that sync button to make sure that it all finishes at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely, it does. Or you can use the match cook button as well. So if you want to do the same job in the top and the bottom baskets, you can do both at the same time as well.
Brilliant reviews that we've got for you. One, replace my older air fryer with this beauty. It's sleek new design with all the tech trimmings. I still have the ability to cook different things at the same time, and it's freed up so much needed space on my work surface for other appliances. Amazing if you're a new parent, amazing if you need extra space. And that's what it's all about, that design, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And what this gives you, again, look at how beautifully crispy all of this party food is that you're doing in here. And also wonderful for baking this as well. You know, we showed you pastry earlier in the show as well. Brilliant for things like pastry, but all of that. And these are the kind of foods that ordinarily you would imagine you want to deep fry these. When you do these in the oven on a baking tray, they just seem to be soggy, don't they?
They always have soggy
disappointing.
bottoms. And this is great if you've got friends and family round and you want some really quick, easy, picky bits in an instant. And again, you haven't had to stand and watch over any of this. You turn it on and walk away and leave it.
Yeah, it's that good, it's that straightforward, it's that easy to use. You set it and you forget it. You literally walk away. Here's another great review. As an air fryer user of some years and a budding chef, I have to say the difference they make to the whole cooking experience is fantastic. It's such an easy and enjoyable task. Be careful, they've just come out. Hot, hot, hot. Here's another one. Whether it's a quick pasty after work or a cordon bleu effort, the Tower air fryer is the best option on the high street for me. I'd go as far to say I'd be lost without it. This latest model is so sleek too. A great addition to any kitchen, whether you're a beginner or have experience at a price you can afford. On the whole, a 10 out of 10. And we've got an even better price than it's normally on the market. 440910 is your item number. It's down to 129.99. You all right?
Is that nice?
You enjoying that? First time you've been quiet all week. I'll tell you.
That prawn toast is so. Don't be so horrible. Both of you are picking on me.
I didn't say anything.
Absolutely delicious. Because sometimes prawn toast can taste really greasy and nasty.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely lovely.
They often deep fry.
Yeah, that's how it's
don't
cooked
they?
conventionally. Yeah, that's how you do it. You deep fry
And I
it,
don't
so-
like that.
No, because you bite into it and you taste all the oil and fat. And this is such a better way of cooking, isn't it? It's a healthier way of cooking because you're using less oil and fat. It's a quicker way of cooking, and you're not using as much energy, so you're saving money on your energy bills as well. It
You
really
truly
is
are.
brilliant.
It's been designed so well, and it's allowing you to cook to perfection in very much an instant, because it's instant heat. So you're not waiting for 20 minutes, 25 minutes for your oven to actually heat up. As soon as you press the button, your food is cooking, saving 35% space on your work surface area, yet it's still 11 litres, 2 5.5 baskets. You can use one basket on its own. You can be cooking for one person, for two. You can be cooking for up to 8. But actually, those baskets can be split into 2, really. So it's like you've got 4 different ways of cooking. 6 preset functions as well. You have got your manual on there too. But if you're just thinking, well, I'm just going to do chips, press the chip button and it instantly tells you what time and what temperature. And honestly, whatever you're cooking, whether you're doing chicken and chips, lamb chop and roast potatoes, whether you're doing a start and a main, or perhaps you're doing trout, fishing here is amazing. You can roast, you can bake, you can grill, you can air fry, and you can do completely different things in each basket that take completely different times. But you can press the sync button and they will finish at the right time.
It all finishes together, so you don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it. Remember, size-wise, just to remind you, each basket is 5.5 litres. So you can put a large chicken in each one if you wanted to. But if you want to cook 2 completely different dinners, that option is there for you.
Yeah,
like Hayley said.
Perhaps the whole family like to eat different things.
You can join it,
You could
so it
virtually
finishes
order. Yeah,
together.
it's so clever. And remember the design. If you've been looking at air fryers and you're thinking, oh, I don't know, should I go for a dual basket? Oh gosh, yes, go for a dual basket. Or if you're thinking about upgrading, if you've had an air fryer already, you'll want a dual basket, because you know the single basket, you can't do quite so much in there, and you're still putting the hob on, you're still putting the oven on. Whereas with a dual basket, you can do everything in there. And the great thing is, this machine, because of the design, it actually takes up less space than the majority of the single basket machines, because it's taller and slimmer rather than wider. So this is the way to go for so many reasons, whether you're cooking for 1, 2, or whether you're cooking for 8.
And this is the latest innovation, isn't it, when it comes to air frying, stacking them on top of each other, so you get that perfect finish to your food, but you're not taking up loads of space in the kitchen. A lot of us have smaller kitchens or don't have a lot of surface
Or you need
space.
that work, you know, you need areas to chop and do things, don't you? And if you've got loads of things out, and this is something you'll have out, you're not going to put this in a cupboard, you're going to use this every single day of the week. Brilliantly designed. And my mum, she hates change, but she wasn't cooking things for herself because she wouldn't put the big oven. I'm not putting the big oven on just for me. So we got on her air fryer. You know, why don't you have jacket potato? I'm not doing a jacket potato in the oven for hours and, you know, wasting that energy. She cooks in her air fryer every single day of the week. And that's whether she's cooking from scratch or whether she's doing a cheating ready meal, because anything you'd normally put in your regular oven, and all your cookware as well, you'd normally put in your regular oven, you will be able to put in your air fryer. But for me, it just tastes so much better. When air fryers first came out, it was a healthier way of cooking. It was allowing you to
using
do
less oil, less fat,
chips in a healthier way, roast potatoes in a healthier way, and that's why a lot of people bought into air fryers. Air fryers became really popular when energy costs went up, and they actually said that their sales soared by 3,000% during that time, because so many people wanted to try and save energy, and people were like, well, the oven's on for like 20, 25 minutes and there's no food in it. This is instant heat, instant cooking. As soon as you see the energy there, as soon as you turn it on. So majority of things, like not everything, but majority of things are cooked in your air fryer before the main oven red light has gone off, so you can put the food in. And honestly, Tower, like you say, is so good at innovation, at thinking about what we want and what's going to make things easier. And this really is very much the top of the range of air fryers. It ticks every single box.
And it's that latest innovation and at a great price. That's the other thing. We're really lucky with Tower here at Shop on TV. They bring us lots of their latest products. They let us do TV launches. So when we take a look at the price elsewhere at Tower directly, you're looking at £149.99. At Dunelm, £150, and at Curry's £149. With us today, £129.99. But that's not all, because you can spread the cost interest-free if you've got a PayPal account with PayPal. Online, £45.31 on your first of 3 interest-free payments. 440910. Think about the variety of food, from starters to mains to desserts to picky food to lunches for the kids, and not wasting loads of energy because it cooks so quickly. Everything's available on the website, shopontv.co.uk. The air fryer recipe book is brilliant. If you want real inspiration when it comes to using your air fryer, this will be brilliant for you. Again, starters, mains, desserts, snack food, party food, some great breads in there, some baking in there as well. £19.99, that's a hardback book, and it's directed, and it's written for a dual air fryer.
I think you get stuck in a rut, don't you, anyhow, cooking, and you cook the same things every day, and sometimes you don't realise actually what you can do in an air fryer, and that book will give you so many ideas. Now, we've moved over to our pans, which, oh my word, you've loved. And these are very much top of the range of the Smart Start actual design. And they're the Ultra Forged, and they have got 6 layers of non-stick. 15 times stronger than your regular non-stick. So you know you've got the right tool for the job, haven't you?
Yeah.
When you cook, it's even heat distribution. Even if you try to burn onto these, it's like it repels the food, and you virtually can wipe it off. No more soaking of pans for hours on end.
And the quality of these pans is spectacular. That non-stick we've talked about that you see just there, but that red design in the middle is the smart technology, bringing you the colour change, so you know it's just at the right temperature at 200 degrees. They'll go in the oven up to 220 degrees when you pop them in the oven, and that's all the pans, handles included. You can use them on gas, electric, ceramic,
everything.
halogen, induction, Arga, Rayburn, and £84.99 is the price for all 5 pieces. So you've got 3 saucepans and 2 frying pans. 846566 is your item number, with PayPal Pay in 3, £30.31. Joe is here.
Hey!
Followed us into our area.
When we saw you at the top of the show before we started, we were like, what do you think for these? And you were like, oh my goodness, they are so good.
Yeah, they are brilliant. And the joy in these is that they're forged, which makes such a difference, because it means that they are really strong, really tough, really
But not
durable.
really heavy, are they?
No. So what they're going to do is give you that really lovely even heat, which is wonderful. Now, the base of these, they've got a very specially designed base, which will heat up to 25% faster than other pans.
Right.
No matter what hobs you're using them on. So gas, electric, solid top, Arga, induction, Rayburn, they'll work on absolutely everything. You've got an amazing 6-layer non-stick on the inside of here, but you've also got the Smart Start as well. So what happens is you'll see here how this fades when it gets to the optimum temperature for cooking your foods, which is, in this case, is 200 degrees Celsius. So you'll know when you are sealing and searing or pan frying anything, you'll know exactly when it's going to go into there. They are metal utensil safe as well. So if you want to use metal utensils in here, you're absolutely more than welcome to. I would probably still use wood or nylon, silicone, something like that.
They'll make them last longer, won't they?
Yeah, it will indeed. You've then got riveted handles. Now, these are brilliant. So 2 pieces of metal compressed together to hold these in place. And what that means is then they're completely oven safe. And oven safe up to 220 degrees.
That's
proper
great,
temperatures.
isn't it?
Absolutely. So hot enough for roasting, baking. You could even pop these under the grill if you want to, without any damage happening to them whatsoever. They are brilliant. And forged aluminium is important because what that means is, unlike sort of pressed aluminium, which is sort of a sheet of aluminium which is then pressed, these are forged. So it's molten aluminium which is then forged. So it gives you much better rigidity. They're so much more sturdy, and it means that you get even better even heat with
and they
across the whole pan.
Come with as well a 10-year warranty. You just need to register them online with Tower, and at $84.99.
That price is
for a 5-piece set, it's incredible.
Really for the quality.
We've bought one pan for more.
I mean, it's actually 7 pieces, really.
Oh, that's very true.
A lot of companies would include the lids
as
a piece.
And I love the fact the 20cm lid will go onto the fry pan as well. So you've got a milk pan, you've got 2 saucepans, you've got 2 fry pans and 2 of the glass lids. Beautifully designed. Any hob at all, so if you're buying as a gift, it won't make any difference what hob it's going on to. Into the oven up to 220 degrees. But that smart sort of start technology, that tells you when it's at the right temperature to put the food in. How often do you put a steak in and it doesn't sizzle and you take it back out and you think, oh gosh. And then the great thing is whatever you're cooking, because you've got that very clever 6-layer of non-stick, 15 times stronger than your regular non-stick. You're not having to soak these pans for hours. They will virtually wipe clean. Price-wise, I can't believe the deal we've got, and that's why we've been so busy. If you do look elsewhere, you can, of course, get it. It's Tower. You can go to Tower Dunelm or Amazon. Amazon do great prices. I've got another 4 parcels coming from Amazon tomorrow. 4?
Not kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, I've stocked up on a few bits and pieces. Yeah. They do some great deals. But not our deal. No, $84.99 is our price. It is the smart price tonight. And of course, you can split that cost over those 3 payments. That's what we want to try to do, is bring you the best prices. And my goodness, you've definitely got it on those pans and on our brand new air fryer, which you've loved tonight.
Yeah, and let's face it, this is a style of air fryer that everyone wants to get their hands on at the moment. It is the most popular style because essentially you're getting 2 air fryers sort of sandwiched together here, because what this is offering you is 2 independent cooking drawers. They can be different times, different temperatures and different functions, but it's taking up 35% less space than if these 2 drawers were side by side, which is what you would normally have. And let's face it, this is a really great size because this is still going to go under most cupboards. You know, cupboards over counter cupboards. So it means that it's going to really help you to utilise the space, because what you've then got is this push against maybe a wall or something like that. And Tower really know what they're doing. You know, Tower have over 100 years experience, which is incredible. But they've been bringing us air fryers since the beginning, actually. You know, there were a few companies that's really started with them, and Tower were right there at the forefront. And that's why they give you that 3-year guarantee. So, you know, I don't know any other brand out there that will give you that extra guarantee.
And I think they've thought of everything. They've thought about workspace on your unit, so they've made it slimmer and taller. They've thought about the fact that a lot of people that have bought a single air fryer wish they had more space to do more things. So they've bought you the dual, which is the way to start if you've never had an air fryer, but definitely upgrade to this. But then they've even thought, well, actually, if we put a rack in the actual basket, it's like we've got 4 different air fryers.
And that
just
really
so clever.
Makes a lot of difference. So what you've got here is this. So you get the divider included here. So what that does is we're able to pop that into here, of course. Let me pop this down so I can do it. And it then separates that rack as well.
Brilliant.
That one needs a clean, of course. So what it means is that you can then add 2 different layers into here as well. So actually you could be doing 4 different types of food in this one if you so wish, but it's still going to cook everything evenly because the heating element and the fan is coming from the back in here, and it's blowing through that mesh basket.
Well, often it's on the top, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that.
And it cooks
individual neat
so
basket.
evenly, you know, even down to things like pastries are cooked evenly all the way around. You are getting a brilliant result with this, and that's the vortex technology that you've got. It's going to envelope your food and ensure everything is really easily cooked.
And we can just use 1 drawer if we want to, if you're just cooking one for one person, or, you know, you're just cooking one thing, perhaps a bit of cheese on toast or something. Or then if you can use both baskets at the same time, but they can be doing completely different things. But you can press the sync button so they finish at the same time, even though they didn't have the same time cooking. It'll hold one basket and switch on at the right time, so it finishes all at the same time together. Oh, And you truly can do a whole meal at once. So they're lamb steaks.
Just a lamb steak, yeah. They're kind of
like a burger.
They're like a burger.
Yeah. They're like. Do you know what they're like, Hayley? I used to eat when I met you. That was all I ate.
Oh yeah,
What?
they
They're
are.
called Dale steaks.
Dale steaks.
Reformed.
He was
meat.
Mr. Dale steak.
That was all I ate. That was all I ate.
That's all he had.
That and
Dale
chocolate,
steaks.
wasn't it? That
Yeah,
was all I ate.
no veg.
Reformed meat, steaks and chocolate.
Not
Yeah.
together.
What a nutritious diet.
Not together. I was about 3 stone.
I saved you.
You did. On many levels, darling. Many levels. My saviour.
And then you're still so rude to me. Look at those colours. And honestly, veg in here is delicious. Broccoli's gorgeous. Asparagus is amazing. Mushrooms are beautiful. Oh, do you know one of my favourites in an air fryer is Brussels sprouts?
Oh, yeah. Brussels sprouts are really good.
They are.
Do you know what my favourite? Oh, do you know? I was just about to mention it. Someone to mention it. A cream egg.
Oh, you used to do these.
Again.
Yes.
A cream egg wrapped in croissant dough.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have.
Croissant.
You used to do those.
Nice, aren't they? Really delicious. That one of my. I love a crumpet. I love a loaded crumpet.
Oh.
Do you now?
Yeah.
What's a loaded crumpet?
Well, you just put a bit of cheese and some garlic butter on it, and then you put it in your air fryer, and you just bake it.
Oh,
in your
I
air
remember.
fryer.
Yes, that's another good one.
Another good one.
Lots more. I mean, we've done a lot of food when you look in front of us.
And if you need inspiration, do buy the book. Grab the book. It's $19.99. We'll give the details just at the bottom of the screen. It'll be $6.66 in your basket if you're buying it alongside the machine. But there's so much inspiration because I think for so many people, one of the best things you'll ever buy is an air fryer. I do think one of the best things you could ever buy is a cordless vacuum. It just makes life so easy. But that's, for the house, in your kitchen, that will be, I think, the best thing you buy.
It has changed the way that a lot of people cook.
A lot of people
that just didn't feel cooking was very accessible for them. This is brilliant because anyone can use it. It's also, I think, a lot safer than even using an oven, because everything that you need to handle on here stays cool. You can get everything in and out. Unlike ovens that vary a lot as well, the 180 in one oven is very different to 180 in another one.
And when it's a dial, I always think, I'm like looking at it, is it 180 or am I at 175 or is it 160?
You don't know.
And I try and count the lines round. I'm like, how are they set? They seem to be, I seem to have too many lines. I have no idea where 160
Of course, and the thing is with this, that it's digital, it's accurate as well. So, 180 for 12 minutes, if that's what it is on the packaging, that's what it's going to be in your air fryer. So I think it's given lots of people that couldn't really cook the ability to cook now, but also look, it cooks faster, it uses less energy, it uses less oil, it takes less time, it just ticks all the boxes, but it does give you great results. And I think if you are a busy household, and that's the reason you're going for this, you're going to love this because you've been doing all of your different meals at the same time. And Tower are a brilliant company. They've been around over 100. It must be getting on for 110 years now because we've been saying over 100 years for a while.
So 100, so it's 113.
Oh, it's over 110 years then.
But the one reason I think you'll use it every day of the week is because, well, it is quick and easy. That'll tempt you. But the food just tastes so much better, I think. I don't know well, I do know what it is. If it's meats and things, it seals it on the outside and it's juicy and succulent on the inside. Whereas in a big oven, you can dry a chicken breast out, you can dry, your beef out. Whereas in an air fryer, it doesn't do that. And then the things that get soggy bottoms in the big oven, like your garlic bread and your pizza, just cooked perfectly in here. But then Tower have thought of everything else. They've made it slimmer and taller so it takes up less workspace. We've got, a lot of us have got the smaller kitchens or more things in the kitchen. They've even thought dual basket, yes please, but they've halved that dual basket and allowed you sort of 4 areas to cook by putting the actual racks in.
It gives you that stacking
which you can
system,
use or not use. It's entirely
it's completely up to you. And you can use one basket, both baskets. It's up to you how you use the machine. But you've got such versatility, whether you live on your own or whether you're a family of up to 8 portions, they say, in here. That rapid air circulation, less oil, you can air fry, you can bake, you can roast, you can grill. It's so versatile and a great price. I got a great review here. Replace my old air fryer with this beauty. It's a sleek new design with all the tech trimmings. I still have the ability to cook different things at the same time. and it's freed up some much needed space on the work surface for other appliances. Amazing if you need space or if you're a new parent. I think for kids' lunches, brilliant.
It's just so quick.
There's no
So
heat up time,
stops them snacking, doesn't it? It stops you snacking because all of a sudden you're not waiting 20 minutes for the big oven to heat up before you put the food in. Most things are cooked in here, not everything. Most things are cooked in here in 20 minutes. The food's ready on the table. You're sitting down and eating, which for so many people, we're so busy in life now, aren't we? That it's exactly what we need.
Yeah, maybe you are having a lot of processed food. Maybe you're eating a lot of takeaways. You're spending more than you'd like to on food. This is a great opportunity to get back to cooking from scratch, because cooking from scratch is always going to be the most cost-effective way and also the best way for you as well.
Yeah.
You're in your food and you're going to get great taste and flavour. I think sometimes we just need a little helping hand along the way. Maybe this can be that helping hand.
And I think if you are trying to eat a little bit healthier, but you do like the flavours of deep fried and things, this allows you to get those flavours without using all that oil. So again, cutting down on those calories.
A hugely busy show. Still lots of you with these in baskets, so do confirm your orders and check out. Don't miss out. I've got to say a huge thank you to Joe for joining us here at Shop On.
It's been so nice to have you here for real.
Really lovely to be with you.
So excited. And last couple of words from you, Joe. Why should we go for this?
I would say air frying just generally is brilliant, but this because it is the newest style. It's the one that everyone wants. It's the vertical stacking air fryer, and I think if you start with this air fryer, you're getting the best. Which is
great place
and
to
it's
start.
Tower, you can trust them. They've thought of absolutely everything and designed it so well. Just remember, if you're buying anything from Tower, register it online because you get that longer actual warranty. So this is a 3-year warranty. If you're going for the saucepan set and the frying pans, that's got a 10-year warranty. You just, again, need to register it online.
So whatever you do, check those baskets out and confirm your orders. Make sure you join myself and Hayley tomorrow. We've got a great deal on pillows for you tomorrow. But for now, we'll see you very, very soon. See you later.
See you later.